And we're live. What up, y'all? How's it going? How's everybody doing? Everybody hear me all right? Oh, we got a fun stream, but I'm trying not to run over my carpet or my rug and make it all jank. What up, y'all? How's it going? How's it going? BT, what up? We got a fun stream for y'all. I'm excited for this stream. We are going to be opening this bad boy. It's kind of actually already been opened. We'll go over that here in a little bit. We're going to be opening this. This is a new TCG that we're going to be interviewing the owners of this TCG in this live stream. We're going to be going over it while opening up this booster box slash booster packs in here. There's a couple different things in here that we're going to be showing off. So we're going to be doing that today, which I'm pretty excited about. But how's everybody doing? Resale Priest, what up? How's everybody doing today? I'll give some time for all of us to get in here, hang out for a bit, and then we will jump in a call and we'll get going. Let me ping the Discord. I didn't ping the Discord. Let me do that. I wasn't prepared. That means I need to have this open. There we go. Announcements. We are live. Crypt. I'm spelling it wrong. Crypt TCG owners about their new TCG they released. It's new, right, BT? I don't know how old it is. I don't know if you guys have been doing it for a while, but we're gonna say it's new because people like things that are new. Hey, we got 300 people in the Discord now. That's pretty cool. I just went to go send that, and it said, it always pops up a warning before you send something to everybody. And it's like, you're about to send this to 300 people. That's pretty cool. We're up to 300 people in the Discord. That's awesome. Kicking butt. That looks like a cool box to rip. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's already kind of been ripped, but we'll kind of go over that. It's really exciting. Love me a new TCG. Love me TCGs in general, and especially obscure TCGs. I've always been a fan of those. We've talked about opening up some CCGs that are no longer in print. This one is obviously still in print. Speaking of which, this is the second edition. It's technically from Retro from 2002, the first edition. Oh, there you go. Okay. That's awesome. So this is actually the second edition. BT, can you send me the link to the website? I might be able to go further up in our chat. Let me see if I can find that one. Here it is. I will put this website in the description. And then you said you could use a code to get money off if they did that at checkout, right? Let me put this in the description. Always forget how to edit descriptions on YouTube. Get cards and what do you call it? And hexes here. I'll probably now we'll say check out Crypt here. Cryptboardgame.com. All right, there we go. We got it in there. We in there like swimwear. Yo, what up, Bayou? Bayou, I saw that you put a video up today, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'll have to watch it. Use code Phantom. There you go. Use code Phantom for 5% off. Definitely use code Phantom so you guys can get a little bit off if you guys are interested. We'll be opening it, and then you guys can check out. We can check out the website, and but we're gonna be jumping in the call with those guys a little bit in about 10 minutes. We're just gonna kind of hang out for a bit and talk about things. And but so if you have any questions or business questions or anything, or if you have any questions for the potential owners of a new TCG or the owners of a TCG, brand new TCG that just came out, if you guys want to have any questions ready, let me know. We'll definitely be asking them during the interview, and I've got a lot of things I want to ask. I'm excited to learn about the economics of running a new TCG, how it gets printed, all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that we can get into. There's a little bit of a controversy we're gonna potentially talk about as well. So lots of things I want to get into. If you buy today, we'll add extra free booster pack. Awesome. There you go. Let me put that in the description. We'll have to remember to take that out of it after the fact, though. But not too many people. If you're watching this after the fact, that might not be a case. But we'll say use code Phantom at checkout for 5% off. free booster pack with any orders today. There you go. So if you guys are interested in hanging out, or if you guys are interested in playing this game as well, that is a way to do so. That's pretty cool. This is a mixture between a TCG and a board game. It's actually both. Unfortunately, we probably won't be able to show how to play it. Maybe we can get some instructions on roughly how it works, but we don't have anyone to play it with. I don't think I'm going to be able to convince my wife to come up here and play it with me. But maybe one day we will. Super, super cool. I'm excited to open this. Very, very cool. But yeah, put one out yesterday. Simple. Just talking about the website being live with product cheaper than eBay. Nothing crazy. Oh, I gotcha. I also just learned how to link my Shopify to my eBay. So now I have the same product on website and eBay, but 5% cheaper if you bought from my site and less fees for me. Oh, really? I didn't know that was a thing. That's awesome. I thought you couldn't have Pokemon product on Shopify. I specifically went to Wix because I thought Shopify would shut your website down if you had Pokemon product on it. If they stopped doing that, that was the way. I feel like it was that way a few years ago. They might have switched it since then. But I remember there was a big thing where they weren't allowing any Pokemon shops on there. You can? Okay. What up, Doctor? Yu-Gi-Oh! Collector, how's it going? Yeah, I'm excited to show this off. I'm excited to see some of the old artwork. This is pretty cool. It's a game that used to be out in 2002 and then got re-released and is now back in print. I know a few people using it. No, I'm sure it is. I would look into that, though. I thought I remember watching a Pokey and E video about why you can't use Shopify anymore. I remember setting up a Shopify account and they hitting me with, like, you can't use this because it's got Pokemon stuff in it. But maybe I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong, so don't quote me on that. And I probably am wrong, so definitely don't quote me on that. You just need an invoice showing you picked up product. Oh, so you have to, but so then basically you have to have like a distributor. You could always just fake that. Give me a break. They don't care. Lumi, what up? I'll let you know if I get shut down. Yeah. Definitely let me know. If they do, just make sure to ask for a refund, obviously, if you're paying for it like yearly or monthly. But I use Wix. We have a website. If you guys want to open product, I still technically have products on there. But that'll be later in the stream because we're going to be doing this first. But if you guys want to buy those, I'm not big on. I've decided I'm gonna. A lot of comments were saying that I should put a pause on the rip and ship stuff, and I was like, yeah, I think that's good advice. I think I'm too busy right now and too many things going on to try to jump into a rip and ship as well, and that's just adding more complexity to something that I don't really need to do. So in this point, I'm gonna kick the can down the road a little bit for the rip and ship. I really like the rip and ship, and I want to jump into it more, and I can see myself really enjoying that in the future. But I think I need to get a couple more months under my belt, get things fully, going efficiently on both the TCG player and eBay side, and then go from there. Speaking of which, I just saw right before we turned on the stream that we got so we deleted our inventory yesterday, or maybe even this morning. I can't remember. I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday night. We deleted our inventory. And then we just recently added a bunch more cards today. I added like 600 cards today, so I think we're up to like 900 cards on our TCG player. And I just saw us get a pretty big order. There was like 40 cards ordered. But they're all low price. Yeah, $10.30 for 40 cards. And it's all Pokemon, obviously, because I'm doing all near mint reverse holos. Nothing over, like, the highest card was 39 cents, a whopping 39 cents. But yeah, 40 cards we'll be sending out. Should be able to send that out in the PWE, plain white envelope, so that's perfect. So we'll be profiting like $9 on a bunch of cards that we bought for 4 cents. So we sold, let's think about that, $9. Let's just do the math real quick. Let's switch scenes, and I don't want to dox anybody, so let's switch. Yeah, I'm up to 905 cards. That's pretty cool. Let's switch scenes. I'm actually curious. So with I just sold. So it's $10.30. Actually, let me go over here and see how much we made after fees. We made $8.51. So it cost me probably about $1 to ship this after having the one ounce stamp. So let's say $7.51 divided by 0.04. That just paid for 100 and basically 88 cards because I buy them at 4 cents a piece. So 40 cards paid for 188 cards. It's a cool way to look at it. So pretty cool. All those sold, and we bought all those for 4 cents a piece. And a lot of these cards also are not worth 25 cents. Like, let's just look up this Cresselia that got sold. And in reverse holo, it's only worth 17 cents, but it sold for 25 cents. Another one, Clawitzer. People say that It's hard to sell cards that aren't at the right price. Reverse holo foil, 18 cents. I'm selling at 25 cents. So all these sold. If you have big enough inventory, you have enough stuff, people want to buy from you because they want to buy a bunch of different cards. And that's what we want. We want bigger orders. We don't really want small orders. Let me get back to chat. And let's switch things again. Alrighty. Depends on the rep you were reviewing your case. Yeah, that's a good point. I like the way you, TJ, and Matt are doing it, just ripping while doing live things, what you're doing. Yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing eventually when I get back into it. But yeah, I'm kind of currently putting a pause on it. Around you turned down a $20,000 Nike sponsorship. It was $30,000, Don. It was actually $30,000. And yeah, I said, I honestly, I heard really good advice recently that the best thing you can do in business is anytime someone comes with you with a lowball offer like $20,000, you just kind of give them both birds and you tell them where to shove it. So that's what I did. Nike came to me and said, hey, we'll give you 30. And I said, dude, that's so low. And then I gave him the double bird and we moved on. So I feel like that was appropriate. I'm going to be doing that also here over the next month-ish. Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, you should. I remember you saying something about wanting to do the rip chip stuff. When you do, let us know in the Discord. I'll definitely try to tune in. The man in the flesh, put up Slick Racing. Slick Racing, do you like to race slick? I love. I used to work for a go-kart facility, indoor go-karting place, and we had a slick track, and it was really fun. Loved riding in the slick track. What up, Mike? True, stand there until you hear 10 mil, 100 mil. Honestly, yeah, honestly. We'll see. I'm thinking kind of closer to $1 billion, but we'll see. Sounds like it was Pokey Notify. What was Pokey Notify? Sorry, I'm stupid. Slickest I can be? Nice. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we're going to jump into this. I think we've caught up with chat. I think enough people have got here now. I'm going to jump in a call with the owners of this game, and we will get to it. Where will you be getting the Korean Pokemon? Where were you getting the Korean Pokemon? I bought it from a website, Alien. I don't remember what. It was a couple years ago I bought them. I bought it from a website and bought a bunch at once. I thought I was going to do a rip and ship on another channel before I ever started this channel. And I never even got around to starting that channel. Or I think I did like 2 videos on it. And they never did that well. And then I never did the rip and ship. So then they're still sitting there. I still have some Korean booster boxes over there and a couple Japanese ones as well. Your advertiser came to you with a oh, yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, the actual one? No, I don't know what Poke Notify is. I've never even heard of it. No, it was not. Cryptid, is that the other owner here? I imagine if it's not, it's a very fitting name currently. Okay, let's jump into the call. Okay, he started calling me. Oh, I just realized I didn't charge my headset, so this will be interesting. We're going to have a cord going on while we're doing this. Let me, is this even on? The problem is the music is going right now. So I might have to, I'm gonna have to pause the music because I'm not gonna be able to hear them. What up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Let me turn you up. Can you talk for me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
A little loud. I think you're good now. I think you're at a good level. Let me know, chat, if this is
okay.
High or low, and we will go from there. What's up, man?
Awesome. Hey, we're just happy to be here. Happy that you are interested in the game and happy to check it out.
Absolutely. What was your name?
My name is Bailey. And I'm good friends with the original creator whose name is Raven, and he's not in the call right now, but I'll see if I can get him in here.
I got you. No worries. That's awesome. Okay, sounds great. Perfect. Yeah. So, yeah, we can give it a few minutes if we want to see if Raven can get in here, and if not, that's no worries. We can do it with just the two of us. Let me make sure everything looks all right. All right, I'm going to try to position myself to where I don't butcher this. I really need to get my DJI mic working so I can better move around. Let's not knock everything over while trying to do this. Beast, what up? How's it going?
Hey,
I made it.
Hey, what's up, man?
Seems like Raven's here.
So yeah, I kind of just jump right into it, y'all, if you don't mind, and feel free if there's anything you don't want to answer, or if you don't want to talk about it, whatever. We're just kind of going off the cuff. But I appreciate you
Well,
sending me some product.
yeah, I mean, I think probably first things first, we should just give you guys some basic information about what the
Absolutely,
game is.
that'd be great.
Raven, do you want to do all that?
Oh, okay. Well, it's the world's first trading board game, which means you collect the board pieces, and they drive the creation of this crypt. And everyone brings their board pieces together and mixes them so they can build an environment that helps their character and hurts the other characters, so to speak, in the game. So that's kind of the basic premise of where it starts from. The object of the game is to search through these hexes, get to the exit hex, and then have a key in your hand and roll doubles to win. And the key is in a deck of cards. And like any trading card game, you use the cards to fight and battle with each other. You've got creatures, monsters, military units, you've got armor, weapons, spells, all these great things that you can do. So you combine those together and you add a character, like from a role-playing game. And then you've got a dodge and a hit and life points for that character and a special ability. And you've got the role-playing game aspect of your character. It tailors what stuff it can use. And then you move forward with that and attempt to get the key in your hand, get to the exit hex, and roll doubles to win. And during all of that, you're fighting everybody and fighting the monsters, and you're never out of the game. If you get defeated, so to speak, killed, your character can play the monsters and the traps. It can play your creatures that you have laid out, and you can still get the key, and you can still make it to an exit hex and roll doubles to win.
Nice.
So that's it in a nutshell.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Let me switch sides here. My head didn't charge my headset, so I'm having to keep it plugged in. Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds great. So I think Bailey was telling us earlier in chat that this was released back in 2002, and then you guys just recently re-released the game.
Yeah, I made it a long time ago. I used it as a design tool to create the world of Cinnabar back in like 1980, 81.
Oh, wow.
And it was easier to write on the cards than to keep writing to pieces of paper and then rewrite and line things out and rewrite when you were writing the spells and the abilities. It was easier to do it on cards. So I started doing that, and then the hexes were the dungeons.
That's awesome. That's also more like an RPG kind of thing, like a tabletop game.
Yeah, it's what I used to make the world of Cinnabar.
So explain for those that don't know. I of course know. Of course. What's Cinnabar?
Well, Cinnabar is a game where you can play Doctor Strange in Superman's body on the Starship Enterprise. When I designed it, that's what I wanted to do, and there weren't any role-playing games that would let you do that. There was Dungeons and Dragons and Metamorphosis Alpha and Traveler and a few games like that. It wasn't, it was just getting started. And role-playing games were just getting started. So Cinnabar was a culmination of all of that. And, I had to learn how to write. And the first edition wasn't so good. The second edition was improved upon it. And we just released the third edition a little while ago, 200% funded on Kickstarter.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's been a journey. But the World of Cinnabar is, it's the world's first science fiction fantasy role-playing game. That's what it is.
That's awesome. You're doing a lot of world's first here.
I'm trying.
That's awesome. I'm trying to get this audio to sound similar. I think I'm good there. That's awesome. So you started it in 2002, reprinted it. When did you guys recently restart it? When did all this conversation start happening, and what did that look like?
That's Bailey. So what happens is a mutual friend of ours came to me and he asked if we could do a virtual reality game based on Cinnabar. And I said, well, that's a bit much, but you could probably do something on my game Crypt, the Pharaoh's Curse. And so he brought me in and he introduced me to Mr. Bailey Tugati, who is a genius. And he's so sharp. And he's a number one guy. And as soon as he saw this, he started to like it. And we started working on a game. And things are difficult. Things are very hard back then. And we've been working together for, it seems like about what, 15 years now, 10 years at
10, about
least.
10. Yeah, he's talking about 10 years ago. We tried to make a digital version of this game because we wanted to make it for mobile, and we didn't end up finishing that project. But just about 2 years ago, we started working on this project again because we're like, it's a great game. It's a shame that it's just lying dormant. We should just bring it back. So we have had pretty good success already. Everybody who has been playing, we've had a really high conversion rate. So we're really happy with our decision to bring it back.
Yeah.
I had a guy pass out at the table playing the game. He forgot to eat. All of a sudden, he just drops, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "Oh, I love you so much. I forgot to eat." That's when I knew I had a hit.
Yeah.
And I got to keep doing this.
Nice. So, explain. So I've got them all spread out here. So these are the booster packs, and these are the hex packs. Can you explain kind of what we might see once we get into this? I can, of course, start showing it, but maybe give us a
so
sneak
pretty
peek.
much what you've got on the far right, the purple ones,
Yep.
with the character on the front.
Yep.
That's the starter pack. Inside of that, those are only $2, and
Okay.
inside of
You
that
need a pair of
is,
scissors.
Yeah,
You
I've
need
got
a
it.
pair of
I've got it.
scissors or a knife.
Yeah, I got
Yes.
it. I got it.
so that is $2, and it's basically what you need to get started, other than the hexes and the cards. So it comes with the rules, the characters, the exit hex, and the key. And
Okay.
that's just, we wanted to make that as cheap as possible so it's accessible.
Yeah.
Basically, if you want to make more than one deck, you'll need to buy more than one of those. But if you're only playing with one deck, you'll only need one of those. So every player will need one of those. Then the next item is the black square, which is the hex pack. And that has 4 hexes, which one of those plus the starter pack will give you what you need to start, which is 4 hexes plus an exit for 5 hexes total.
Gotcha.
And so if you want to get more hexes, there's over 30 total hexes in the game, and there's different rarities as well. So
Yeah, I see that. This looks like it. You guys have. Oh, got it upside down. Looks like there's rare, extra rare, and ultra rare.
right. And then and then of course the booster packs have the cards, which have 9 cards each, and there's different rarities of those as well. And we also have, you didn't receive any of these, but we also have a deluxe hex booster and a deluxe booster, which are more expensive and have a higher rarity distribution.
Gotcha. So it's like a collector booster in Magic.
Exactly. And basically, in the future, we're going to have more fun art and stuff for sure in those. But for now, it's just the rarities that you're getting as the bonus, right?
Gotcha. So then the best thing maybe to start with is doing one of these starter packs.
For sure. Like pretty much on the website, there is in the shop, the very first thing on the shop is the starter. I don't remember what we call it exactly, but it's the starter set of everything you need to play, which is 1 starter pack, 1 hex booster, and 4 card boosters. And that is $17.
Gotcha. So if you want to get started, the best way to do that would do the single player package. That's what you
Exactly,
call it.
the single player package. If you go
Perfect.
to the store, it should be the very first thing there.
Yep. See right there, the Crypt, Pharaoh's Curse, single player package. So if you guys want
Yes.
to play, that might be your best bet if you guys want to jump into it there.
Yeah, and whatever number of players you want to buy for, just multiply. So 2 players, 2, etc.
Okay. Okay, well, let's just jump in and see kind of what we're gonna.
Yeah, I sent you guys enough for 3 players, so you can open. You'll have plenty to open for fun, and of course, if you find somebody to play with, that'll be fun. I like to send 3, enough for 3 players, because it's our game's unique compared to some games in that it's designed for a lot of players to play, and it's a lot of fun when you play with more than just 2.
Yeah, yeah. So it looks like this is the rules. So you guys will get this in your beginner pack, or what was this called again? The
Starter
pack. The starter pack. So definitely all the rules here, which is nice. And then we can kind of jump in and see what we see here as we pull this out. So we can pull the rest of this out, and there's nothing else in there. Is there? Oh, there is. Okay, there's another card. That was the key that you were talking about. So when we take a look, looks like, what is this? Is this more instructions? It looks like. And then
Tournament rules.
what was that? Sorry.
Tournament rules.
Tournament rules. Nice. Okay, so are these the actual cards we're looking at here, or is this some kind? Oh, these are the characters you guys are talking about.
Yes, so the character cards give you some basic stats about your characters, as well as the order of the turn, so you can have that for easy reference.
Gotcha.
We did it front and back because we didn't want waste. Okay, we did the character cards this way, and we did the starter pack because we were trying to avoid waste. Because I've seen endless boxes of Magic cards stretching off into eternity, right? And same with some other cards. And I just, if I could in some way make a game, but it didn't contribute to some of that. That's why you don't get endless numbers of character cards and things like that. And we double sided them. You only need the one starter. And you can move your key from deck to deck to deck. So really, you just really only need the one starter.
Mm-hmm. So this is the key. Show this card when attempting to exit. Roll doubles to win. This is the key they were talking about. And then, oh no, I dropped it. One more character card. So are the character cards that somebody gets in these always going to be the same, or are they always going to be? Are there a few different ones they could get out of this?
Well,
now we have 6 characters to start.
Gotcha.
But we have more planned to come out in the next expansions for the Echoes of Atlantis, the Tomb of Celts, the Time of Legends, on and on and on.
Nice. So we've got Avenger, Magician, Engineer, and then you've got the Undertaker. I love that. The Spellmancer, and then the Warlord. So that's pretty cool. Artwork looks good. Order of a player's turn.
It was done by Damian Willick and Katrina, and they're called Damn Cat together. They Damian Willick did some Magic cards. I think he did Regrowth.
Yeah, this gives me like old school Magic vibes for sure.
Yeah, I know, Richard. Richard has actually come to a Gen Con and sat and played this game with people for hours.
Nice.
I'm not exaggerating. No, he loved it.
That's awesome.
He's a great guy.
And then finally, these are the hexes that you get. No, this is the exit. This is the exit. So these aren't the hexes themselves. This is just the exit hex.
Everybody has to have at least one exit, no more, no less. But they add one exit to their hexes that they put into the hex pile for everybody who plays the game.
And then what are these? The CMCRMU?
Those are specifically so you don't need figurines or anything to move on the board for character, for creatures, military units, and monsters.
Okay, nice. Okay, so then
and
you could have like
theme.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, they're different thematic colors, so if you really want to, you can collect hexes that have the colors you want, so everybody will know what are your military units on the board, what are your characters and your monsters.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you flip it over, on the other side of the hex, you'll see that there are life point counters, so you don't need pen and paper when you're playing the game. You can just keep track of your points with those pogs.
Okay. That's the Crypt back. That's pretty cool. Okay. Well, then since we've opened up these, let's open up one of the, would you suggest a booster pack first or the Hex Booster first?
Hex Booster.
Let's do the Hex Booster. This is definitely the most unique part of this game. As you guys say, it is the first board game and card game, so this is the unique aspect of it. I don't want to cut into the hexes on accident. Okay. So, we've got the Tomb of Cages. You're trapped. Draw one card. Roll 6 or lower on a D26 to escape. One roll on the free action to escape. You cannot attack out of the tomb.
Nice.
Hex owner, ignore the trap. So
that's actually really cool. You got a rare one.
Okay, that's rare. So I see that now. The R means rare, I imagine.
Yes.
Nice. So then we go to the next one. It's common. Labyrinth of Mist. The next one is another common, Passage of the Webs. So the rares aren't guaranteed in these? There's not one
Not
rare?
in these ones. In the deluxe, it is a guaranteed rare or better, but in the basic, there's only a small chance of a rare.
Okay, nice.
Otherwise it would be a guaranteed special card, or special hex.
Okay. And I see what you mean by the different colors that you can do with these. And this one's kind of like purple, blue, white, and then this one is red. So that's pretty cool. So we got a rare. We got some. So then that is the first of the rarities. Then there's extra rare, and then what was the last one?
Ultra rare. Well, the first one after common is special. It goes common, special, rare, extra rare, ultra rare.
Okay.
It's notable also that rare one you got, the Tomb of Cages, the rares are the only ones that have this hex owner effect. Rares are better, where the hex is generally has a bad effect, but the owner, no matter what character you're playing, the owner it gets to ignore that effect. So that's a very powerful effect.
Okay, so if I get on this, me being the owner, I wouldn't have to worry about actually having the trap. But if I didn't have this, so if this wasn't a rare, it wouldn't have the owner ignoring the trap. So if I landed on this, even if it was mine, I would have to be
Exactly.
trapped.
So on the right side of the hex, you'll see there's a white space. You would put your initials or a symbol to represent you as the player to know it's your hex, so that when it gets drawn, everybody knows whose hex it is.
Gotcha. Oh, I see there. I see the little. So you put your.
And you get, as you see it, when you open up, if you open another hex booster up or anything, a few more, you'll find that you'll get doubles of some of these cards and stuff. So use a dry erase marker if you're concerned, or just keep a list. But either way, marking it's best. It's really, it isn't going to hurt anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you get your set. You want to collect your set. Sure, you find your collector set, you stash it. Otherwise, this is what these are for. They're to play.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a playing game, not necessarily. I mean, you can collect them, of course, like you're saying, but it's mostly meant to actually be played, which is cool.
Yes, I want to come back with my friends.
Yeah, it should be said that I'm definitely more of a casual gamer myself, and I love this game. And I think it also has a very high level competitive ceiling. But as a non-competitive player, I don't know that I could really speak to that.
Yeah. I'm not the best when it comes to competition either, especially when it comes to TCGs. Even more so with board games. I'm definitely not much of a board game player. I do enjoy it when I do play them, but I'm very noobish when it comes to the world of board games. Well, let's open up a booster here. So you've got a pull tab. Do you suggest using the pull tab before I use it, or should I use the scissors again?
Oh, the pull tab will work.
Okay.
On those, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Ooh, it is a little bit of a thing.
They made them good.
Yeah. Very high quality. I don't know. You guys can't really tell. The actual packaging is very, very high quality. It feels premium, which is nice. All right, so let's look. Is there any pack tricks or anything to this? Is there a set way to open these?
I think you'll discover that I think it's at the end is the rare card, probably.
Okay. Perfect. So we've got the Searing. Use and discard. Okay. The Widget. Nice. Crypt.
That's an attack card. You can tell. The Searing is an attack card. The Widget is a defense card because it's got green at the top.
Okay. So then the Searing is an attack card, and then the Widget is what you said?
A defense card. See, it says,
defense
there, and the Searing says attack. Yeah. Right there. That tells you what they are.
Okay. Yeah. So another attack card, Crypt Serpent.
Yeah, one of the core mechanics of the game that he actually got from his role-playing game is the built-in attack defense. So like every time you get affected by anything, you can use a defense, and that would be a defense card, or you can always also dodge, make a dodge attempt if you don't have any defense cards, and that's where you roll the dice.
Gotcha. Okay. So we've got...
I love dodging!
We've got Teleport Crystal. It is an attack and a defense, so it's a mixture.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Get me out of Dodge. Just get me out of town. If they're going to attack me, I want to teleport.
That's pretty cool.
It's just...
Okay. So then we've got Telepathic Inquisition, which is an activity. The user views the hand of any player in the game. Wow, that sounds awesome. That sounds powerful.
I just love the word Inquisition is the best one. I just love that word.
Yeah. Then we've got
Inquisition.
Damage Transformation, which is a defense card. Damage inflicted heals the user. Okay, that would be really good defense.
Yeah, that's an uncommon, special. Uncommon, special. And so there's also a built-in deck building limitation on the rarities where you're only allowed to have a certain number of each rarity in your deck.
Can you go over those numbers?
That's on the character cards. That's on the character card, right?
So
it shows you right on the character card. You can have 1 U piece, 3 X piece, 7 Rs, 14 S.
13S, yeah.
13S, and then you have the key, and then all together. Yeah.
Okay, here it is. Deck limits 50 max, 25 minimum rarity limits, 1 U, 3X, 7R, 13S. Nice. Okay, so it kind of makes sure you can't just use the best cards at all times.
Exactly.
Okay.
Unless you steal somebody's good card.
All right. Then we've
With
got
a game mechanic, not like you
yes,
just steal it.
just take it. Yes, yes. Svengali, another attack card. I like the artwork on this. It's a common. Stumble, another common. And then last one is another common. So spell block. Nice. So then we've got, let's see, common, 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 special, common, common. So 2 specials and the rest commons. Nice. So if I had to describe kind of the feeling of a card, I'm trying to have a comparison. It doesn't feel like a Pokemon card to me. It's got kind of like a glossy feeling to it. It feels pretty high quality. It's certainly not a thickness of like it's definitely got a thickness of like a Magic card. It feels the most like a Magic card to me, probably a little bit more glossy than a Magic card. But if you guys are, for those viewers that are kind of curious about what this feels like, I know that feels random, but I always like knowing what it's going to feel like. And then with
I actually went with the glossy kind of as an intentional choice if you're curious.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I wanted
absolutely.
the visual imagery of the printing and the colors to pop a little bit more.
Mhm.
And I figured these days a lot of people use sleeves anyway, so
yeah,
the reduction, because usually the matteness like helps with like shuffling and stuff. But if you're using a sleeve, then I wanted the visuals to pop a little more. That's kind
Yeah.
of the logic on that. Because
Yeah.
I designed pretty much all the details of the product.
yeah. I think it feels good. It feels good to hold in your hand, and it feels like a high quality product. The to go over the hexes, I didn't really describe how these feel. These are kind of a little flimsy. Honestly, I was kind of expecting a little bit thicker with these. So it's a little thinner. Probably, I think almost thinner than the cards. Maybe the same thickness.
We were surprised. We were surprised when we got these because the company in India had never done anything like this. And previously, I printed it, and it was printed on fairly thin cardstock. Then we want to increase the weight of the hexes. We do. When we're going to increase the weight of the hexes in next editions.
Okay, that's perfect, because I was actually that was when I got these. I'm like, okay, I don't mind these, but it feels, I guess I was expecting. I'm sure you guys have played Settlers of Catan, and those hexes, I was kind of almost expecting a thickness similar to that. Those are real thick though, so maybe not that thick, but I was surprised at kind of like the thinness of these hexes.
Yeah, we'll definitely take that into consideration on the next go around for sure. It's been a multiple times mentioned thing, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, go ahead. We will open another booster pack, since we have more of those than we have the hex boosters.
I'm curious to know if JPJ Collects question is targeted at you or if that's targeted at us.
Yeah. Do you currently play any TCG or just sell right now? Yeah, I guess we can both answer those questions, or all three answer those questions. I currently don't really play much TCG. I actually just recently did a draft, my very first draft in Magic, last weekend, which was really, really fun. I really had a good time with that. But yeah, no, typically I'm just more of a collector, more of a seller. I don't even really collect them right now. It's kind of hard to always hold on to a collection when you're selling. But personally, right now I'm just a player. What do you guys play TCGs, or is there anything that you guys like to go toward or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
Crypt, and I play Cinnabar.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's an interesting question. I haven't really been too much into the TCG space recently, other than just playing Crypt myself.
I'm not going to steal from anybody, so I don't know any of those other games.
Yeah.
And I know Richard, and he's a good friend of mine, and he's supported my stuff, and I support his stuff 100%, but I don't know how to play Magic. I've never learned how to play Magic.
That's probably a good thing.
I don't.
Yeah.
From the creator of a game. From anybody.
Yeah. No, that's. I guess I never really thought of it that way. And you kind of don't have this outside feeling of what it should feel like. I feel like a lot of TCGs kind of play like Magic, and probably because a lot of them got inspiration from the game from the beginning.
They certainly did. They did. And I mean, having watched this happen right in freaking front of me. All right, for your audience out there, you have no idea. All right. So it's 1990. I'm selling Cinnabar. I'm going to the conventions. It's just the biggest thing. We're kicking booty. And this guy comes out of nowhere, and he's created this new company called Wizards of the Coast.
Small little company.
And I'm at Gen Con.
Sure.
I'm in a I'm in a Gen Con, and they come up to the booth. Lisa Stevens and some other people. And they come up to the booth and they start talking, and they say they're from Renton. I'm like, I'm from Renton. What do you mean? And they're like, yeah, we just created this game, Wizards of the Coast. I mean, this company, Wizards of the Coast. I'm like, okay. And I'm very surprised. So then we go back into the very first convention I get back. I think it might have been Norwest Con. Peter shows up and he starts to talk to me. And they say that they've got $100,000 and they're just getting into the business. And I'm like, wow. Okay, well, so I'm really open with them. I said, well, here's how you look for publishers. Here you printing. Here's how I just told them what I know, because I mean, he was somebody they wanted to be in the game business. I thought it was really cool. Well, they do a few different products. They purchased a product line called Tauslana. We know how that went. I assisted them with the creation of the game, The Primal Order. So I actually helped them write that. You can go look that up, and my names are in the credits and all of that stuff. And so I worked with them a little bit, and they had their ups and downs. And I released Cinnabar 2 during this time, and they've had their ups and downs. And then one day, I'm at a convention, and Peter comes to me and he says, we've just discovered this game that is going to make us rich. And I just said, well, good luck. Fantastic. And that was all he said to me. Shrewd bastard. All right. Really shrewd. Okay. So next thing I know, I get a call again about a few months later, and it's like, hey, we're going to Gen Con and we've got some extra seats on the plane. You wanna come along for a cheap rate? And I'm like, yeah, let me get a crew together and I'll go and I'll show up at the con. So we do. We show up at the con, and our booth is right across from theirs. And so we start to sell Cinnabar, and first booth starts, and there's nobody there, nothing going on. And the first day was kind of dead. Nothing was really happening. And then they got their product. And I found out later what had happened is the first day when they got there, they hadn't got the product yet. They literally had not got it from the printer. They were waiting. That's how close they were. They were at Gen Con, and they were about to release Magic to the world, and they didn't have the game.
Wow.
Well, yeah. Well, about Saturday, about noon, people come rolling in with boxes on their shoulders. The people then grab their stuff and they take off. Next thing I know, there's 8 people in front of their booth, 10, 50, a line going all the way around. It was like nothing you'd ever seen before. So that convention for the next few days goes through, and they sit around like nobody's business. I mean, we're just like, I'm stunned. And I go back and I'm just like, I didn't know what to say. Well, I go back the next year, and it was the first big release of Magic. This
Awesome.
was the first year. Oh, it was so unbelievable. And the history of it. I mean, an entire diorama was crushed by the crowd getting to buy Magic. And all they did was buy Magic for the first 3 days. Nobody bought anything else. I stood in a drift of Magic that was up to my neck. So at the end, it's about Saturday, yeah, maybe a little early in the morning, all of these vendors come up to me, and they're standing around my booth, and they're like, go talk to Peter. We're not making any money. You've got to do something. I mean, because they know I know him. And I'm just, and I haven't sold 3 books. So I go up to Peter, and I have to go through like 8 levels of security. I'm not exaggerating. These guys pass me on. Finally, I got to Peter. He's standing on the podium. So he was standing up above me, and I did the indecision shake and then stepped up next to him. I don't think he liked that. Well, anyway, I'm standing there, and he crosses his arms, and I'm standing next to him, and I cross my arms, and I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Excuse my language.
You're fine. I use the word fuck all the time.
You've never seen anything like this. This was history. Nothing but Magic as far as the eye could see. Nobody's playing anything else. Nobody's buying anything else. It's the biggest thing in the history of gaming. I'm standing here next to him, and I'm like, dude, I haven't sold 3 books. My sales are down to nothing. Can you ship my booth stuff home on your truck? And he's like, yeah, no problem. Have my people package it up. You can pick it up. And I'm like, this is freaking amazing. I cannot believe it. And he's like, huh? He says, I know. And I'm like, so now here's why I'm here. He's like, what's up? I said, I got an entire bunch of vendors around my booth with knives and pitchforks and torches. and they're saying they're mad at me and they're screaming at me about this. And he goes, oh. He says, well, here's what you say. You go back and tell them I only brought 3 trucks of magic product. I'll sell out in a little while. Could have brought 30. Yeah, that's what he said. I think, no, I only brought 3 trucks of magic product. I could have brought 30. Tell him I'll sell out in a little while. And he was right. By about Saturday, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., they sold out. And people started actually wandering around and buying other stuff. I had people come to my booth and try to trade me magic cards. And my people at my booth tried to reject this. And I said, are you insane? That's money. Take those cards. Give them the Cinnabar books. Yeah. So that's what I had to go through. And then I watched Wizards of the Coast do what they do. I watched them make all of this money. I watched them buy TSR. I watched all of this stuff happen. I watched Peter then sell out. And now he owns Gen Con.
Wow.
That's where we're at now. And there we are. And I've had my issues with Gen Con, but it's a great convention and I hope they do well.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never personally been, but I've heard good things.
Yeah, it's a big con. It's huge. Lots of people go. It's big fun. Great fun.
Yeah.
So there we are. That's
I don't know if you had any questions about the cards, but you've got a.
Yeah. I'm sorry I took up so much.
No,
You're good. You're good.
You pulled a few cards of different types that we haven't talked about yet, which is you got some yellow ones earlier, and you got some pink ones. We should just talk briefly about that.
Yeah.
So most of the cards in the game are played by themselves. Like the red cards and the dark blue cards are all played as actions. The game's based on actions, but the yellow cards and the pink cards are examples of attachments, and so they're played with other cards. So you had like the range card, for example, was played. Yeah, so there's a great example. The +5 damage, pure might. It's a pink card. It's played with an attack.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just a little behind your stream.
You're good.
So
You're good. It's kind of delayed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great example. So that's played as an attachment with attacks to increase the damage. So there's kind of this basic attachment.
The Prometheus touch. And it would add that 5 points of damage to whatever you rolled.
So the main sort of mechanics in the game, as we talked about, we have attack and defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Every turn you have an action which you can use to either move or you'd play an activity or an attack. And then the attachments are used to modify actions. So those are kind of the main mechanics. You also have one you just passed there called foil, which is it's a kind of a unique type of card. That's a modifier. Modifiers are one of the only kinds of effects that are not attached but can modify things. And those are used typically, in that case, foil, it's played on the table, so it's sort of something you put as like equipment, and then it stays around, and then every turn, every time you take damage, this reduces that damage. So modifiers are very powerful, and tabled cards can be very powerful, especially because if you put multiple of those down, that affects stacks. So,
gotcha. So, real quick to let you guys know, the link for this game is in the description. It's called Crypt, the Pharaoh's Curse. I'm showing the booster box here. So if you guys want to pick that up, there is a 5% sale if you use code Phantom at checkout. And then they also said if you order tonight, they'll give you a free booster pack, which is awesome. So definitely check them out if you guys haven't already. Check out the website, see what it's about. Pretty cool cards. So I know you mentioned to me, and I'd like to talk about it just to kind of get it out of the way. You said some of these have AI artwork. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we definitely want people who care about that to know for sure. That's why it's very important for us to be transparent about that, because it is definitely a fact that we did not have the budget, or we couldn't budget for artwork on
that
all the
one's
cards.
done by my sister.
Right. So that one you just skip past.
Spiders is
The
done by
vampiric
Jamie.
spiders. Yeah.
Oh, this one.
That's one of the hand drawn ones. But most of the cards are actually AI art, but almost all the hexes are the original art.
Okay.
I actually did most of the AI art myself, and a lot of people do actually like it. So for those of you who appreciate it, we thank you very much. For those of you who don't want to buy anything with AI art, we respect your position as well. And Yeah, so I'm actually going to hop out of the call real quick for just a second, Raven, if you want to continue talking about that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the hexes themselves, the original art was done, of course, by Damian Willick and Katrina. And Damian did some magic cards, which led us off of that magic tangent. They also did the characters for all of that. And in the original version of the game, I had no artwork on the cards. That was the biggest gripe. Is the people said they wanted to see art on the cards, and I said okay. And then with the advent of us being able to use the AI art, saved me however much money it would cost to do art on all the cards, which is hugely expensive. I
Right.
mean, it was hugely expensive just printing the game and getting it into the country with the tariffs and everything like that. It was just, and that was so unexpected. I mean, we had everything ready and we're ready to do this, and we had a nice budget for marketing and everything, and then suddenly, wham, we lose 50% of our money.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. You guys got it right when all those tariffs kind of hit. That's probably a big hit.
Oh, it was horrible. It was our marketing budget.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you got your money for production and you got your money for marketing, and wham! Suddenly we had no money for marketing, but the game is in the country and I can send it to you now.
Yeah. 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 That's the big thing. Yeah. So, I don't know if Bailey has got a chance to get back in the call. Bailey might be the one that answers that. I don't know your guys's who's doing all the business stuff. Raven, do you do some of the business stuff, or is that all on the on Bailey's side?
No, we all handle it together depending on what the subject matter is.
Okay.
I've been doing this. I've been in the game since the early '80s. I've gone through a lot of different permutations, a lot of different companies. Yeah, but yeah. So right now, what's really nice is being able to work with people that are knowledgeable. And I mean, Bailey really knows what he's doing. It's wonderful working with him. And I wish that Scott Owens was on the phone call. He's also extremely important. I've been working with him since he was a young man, but he's very, very busy. He actually is a manager of a large complex of retirement centers.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So
I'm back, just FYI.
okay. Yeah, I was curious, just on the economic side of things. Raven kind of mentioned the fact that you guys had to deal with imports and stuff like that. So how has the game? Can you talk about kind of like where it's at, like economics wise? Have you guys gotten a decent amount of orders? I know you guys talked about how you do a lot of like guerrilla marketing, kind of sending out product, helping people kind of show it off, and things like live streams like this and things like that. So how have you guys tried to grow the game beyond what?
And it's a great
is?
question. Where we're at is pretty much we're just very early on in our marketing process. We've mostly just been getting almost all of our sales from conventions and in-person events.
Okay.
So we're really you're pretty much the first channel that's done a major shout out. We have one other major channel that's a good friend of ours that has done a video, but we haven't had too much traction online yet. We do have our own channel that we've been doing some videos on. We're doing a lot of short videos. We also have a really detailed how to play video that has had very, very small number of views, but anyone who actually is into the game, that's really who it's valuable for. So we're not expecting a lot of views necessarily on that.
Can you link the YouTube channel in the chat?
Yeah, let me. It might actually be the one the Raven was talking on. I'm not sure, but we actually have a couple, but the main one. Let's see if I can find it.
Mike asked, will you be at PAX East in Boston in March?
Ooh, I mean, I wish. Unfortunately, we don't have a major budget right now to be able to do many conventions. We're just trying to do local conventions kind of at the moment.
Because you guys are in Seattle?
We're in Seattle, yeah. We're on the West Coast.
Yeah, so Boston is about as far as you can go.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. There's a lot of conventions we really want to go to, but we're just trying to feel things out at the moment and get our bearings in terms of, we want to refine our process before we go all out on the conventions, because they are pretty expensive to run to conventions these days.
Yeah, absolutely. So, continuing on the economics things, this is a business channel. This is the kind of nerdiness in me where I get excited about things. So, how much did you guys have to order, like in this first print? Did you guys think of like what was the decision making behind like how much you had to order and kind of how that worked?
It's a great question.
Print.
Yeah, good
Honestly, it's a
question.
great question because I know your people are business people, so this is the
Yeah,
type of stuff
yeah,
they love to hear,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
A big part of it was we met actually did through quite a few iterations on the product development side because of the production costs. Like that is a significant factor in our ultimate design. Um, of all the companies we ended up reaching out to, obviously we wanted to keep the unit cost as low as possible so that we could get a price that is reasonable. People are happy with our prices, so I feel like we did a good job on that. The
Yeah.
boosters, by the way, are $3, and the hex boosters are $3, and the starter pack is $2. So far, pretty much everybody has said, "Wow, that is amazingly affordable."
Love that
Yeah.
card initiative.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
That's
Raven was saying he likes the Mist Wolf. That's one of his favorites. I think that's what he was saying.
oh yeah. That was this one, yeah. Yeah, that's sick.
But so pretty much I shopped around to try to find the best rates I could, but another huge consideration is also quality. So I mean, it's just kind of striking a balance between a reasonable price and quality. And then another huge factor was also like customer service and clarity of communicating our product design because I didn't want to like think that we're going to get something and they get something else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's all kinds of factors to go into it, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, to us, making sure we worked with a pretty high quality company that I could trust that they would do what we need to do. That was really important. So we ended up going with a
So now I
company.
think we should give the company the plug.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the company is that we went with is well, they have several like subsidiary branding titles that they use. Their ultimate mother company is Print Masters India,
Okay.
and they were really helpful in all of the product design process. Extremely, extremely helpful.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna take a step back real quick. Hold on a sec, Raven. You want to step in? One sec.
Yeah, the people in India worked with us on everything we wanted and in details that we didn't expect. If you're producing a game with them, like the quality of the packages, like the way each one's designed and laid out, and then they went so far as we had a miscommunication. They printed a bunch of our basic boosters incorrectly. They sent them to us, and we, in our ignorance, opened them and looked at them and went, "Oh, these look fine." And then we went ahead and they went ahead and printed them. What I mean by the mistake is they put ultra rare cards in the basic boosters, and I'm not talking one in every thousand. I'm talking in one in every two or three.
Oh
So
wow.
every other one, oh dude, they completely destroyed our rarity thing by this. They didn't intend to. And when I got the basic booster and I opened it and saw an ultra rare card and I went, "Oh, isn't that nice? They sent us an ultra rare card to look at. Isn't that nice?" It didn't hit me in the head that, oh, this is a basic booster and there's an ultra rare card in it. Uh-oh. So we went back to them, we explained the situation, and they said, "Oh." We said, "And we're limited on our budget because of what's happening, because of the tariffs." And they went, "Double O. Well, we're sorry for the miscommunication, and here's what we're going to do." And they helped us. They printed some extra packages for us. They reprinted a bunch of the boosters. So we've got all of the basic boosters again that we need. We're just stuck with a bunch of these, what we call super boosters,
Yeah.
that we've locked up, that we've locked them in a vault.
Yeah.
And we may give a super booster away to a person who wins a tournament.
Oh,
You know what I
nice.
mean?
Yeah.
Because then they have a
Yeah.
chance to, yeah, they get a chance to get an ultra rare piece. It's very rare. Yeah, and we won't sell these for $2.99. If we were to sell them, it'd be for like, I don't even want to mention the price.
Yeah.
So, but that's what happens. So for those of you that are hearing this, and it's very important when you get the product and you look at it, that think about these details. And I don't know how it escaped us. We were so excited to see it. We were just really excited to see it. And then we didn't think, why is there an ultra rare card in this basic booster? There shouldn't be an ultra rare card in this basic booster. Matter of fact, we shouldn't even see one. Ugh.
That's a good
So,
segue into a question then. What is
oh yeah,
the average rarity? So it looks like I've only gotten special cards out of the boosters that I got. What is the hit rate on the different rarities?
that's a great question. I don't have absolute hard numbers on that because pretty much, I mean, this is kind of the secret sauce, right? But From what we know
I think
about
that
their
card
rarity
reinforced.
process, all I can really say is I can give you a guess.
Yeah.
I can give you a guesstimate because to be
Yeah.
honest, we don't really even know what the actual final exact numbers are going to be because they're not using like a process that gets the exact number. You see
Gotcha.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I could give you a rough estimate, but ultimately I think the users are going to figure out whatever the actual numbers is better than we know
Yeah.
eventually, right? But the general numbers are in the basic packs, I don't think you're going to find a rare card more than maybe once every box.
Oh,
That's
wow. Wow.
That's
Really?
about how rare they are in the basic packs.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So then when you go up to the next two rarities, it'll be significantly more unless you buy like the premium boosters, or is that even possible, the normal boosters?
I don't actually know what the chance of getting them in, and I don't know if there are any ultra rares in the basic boosters. But in the deluxe boosters, we definitely have had people report several people getting ultra rares. So the chances, I don't really know.
Significantly higher.
Significant, obviously, way higher. You're pretty much only going to get ultra rares, and especially if you want to, if you're really hunting for the rare and higher, your money is best spent on the deluxe product without a doubt.
Gotcha.
We kind of wanted to make it so that the less expensive product is affordable for everybody to play the game, but that's kind of where we make the back end for people who want those rarer cards. Now, honestly, you could really get by just fine without the rare cards for the most part, unless you're trying to play super competitively, right? So
Right.
it's kind of a non-issue, and all of the common and special cards are super fun and super great to play with. Like some of my favorite cards in the game are common and special cards. Like Hide is a really great card. Resupply, Steal. There's many great cards in the common and special category.
Gotcha. Yeah. And is it the same similar rarity with these hexes?
It's the same situation with the hexes. There's only one, just for point of reference of how many of different varieties there are in the cards. There's 4 ultra rare cards that exist. There are 8 extra rare cards. There are 14 rare cards, 28 special cards, and then I think 71 C cards or 29 special cards. And then for the hexes, it's about that times a quarter. So you have 1 ultra rare hex, 2 extra rare hexes, 4 rare hexes.
Okay, so we got one of the 4 rares. So that was actually a really good poll that we started off with.
That's why I was pretty excited when I saw that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's this one right here. Or wait, no, sorry. Am I blind?
The traps.
Common,
The one in traps.
Common. Rare.
Yeah, and that's actually, I mean, it's one of the better ones, I think. I mean, they're all good, but
It's the ownership hex. There it is.
Yeah, yep.
2 cages.
Mm-hmm.
2 cages.
Yeah.
You are trapped.
it's a really powerful
The only
effect
good
because
thing about it is you're trapped, but at least you get to draw a card.
well, that's true. I was gonna say the owner, it's really great because you get to draw the card and you're not trapped.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? That's even better. That's
Wow,
yes,
yeah.
that's for them. I want to get up to 10 cards. You can have 10 cards in your hand unless you have the pouch. Then you can have 15.
Mm.
Oh, Spellmancer. That's a Spellmancer hex. Another one.
Yeah, this is
Another
awesome.
one.
This is really exciting. This is fun to look through. So yeah, if you guys are interested, definitely check it out. Link in the description. And again, if you guys are interested, it is 5% off. Use code Phantom, and then it is a free booster pack if you order tonight. So if you guys are interested in the game, definitely check it out. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say to anyone who may be interested in the product, or anything else on the business side that you guys would be interested in talking about?
Anybody who's out there that's doing a game, that's producing a game, just focus on getting the product on the table. Just get the product on the table. However you do it, just once it's there, then start showing it to people and playing it with people. And just that's what it is. I mean, that's why we do this. It's for fun and for entertainment and for people to play games. That's the reason I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I've been doing this my whole life, and it's just I love doing this. This is fun. Games are one of the greatest things humans do. So if you're doing a game out there, don't stop.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah,
it's
I
really
just
Bring
wanted
it to a
to say,
convention.
I just wanted to say thank you to all the fans, anyone who's even just mentioned the games to somebody else. If you don't play the game, whatever, just spread the word. World's first trading board game. Especially to everybody who has said, we appreciate the art despite our AI art in some cases. It definitely, I appreciate that because, despite the fact that I'm not much of an artist, I did make the art and I tried my best. So I'm glad for those who do like it. And this art will definitely potentially maybe be collectible because we're going to replace it as soon as possible. So if you're like, if you want to grab a pack, but there's only so much of this stuff to go around. So
Yeah, someone
pick
said
it
in
up.
the
Right,
chat
it's going to be an
earlier.
irony.
Yeah, someone said in the chat earlier that the thinner board pieces will probably be collectible if this starts to do better and better.
It will do. It will do well if you people enjoy it. Just pick it up, look at the videos, see if you think it's fun to play. Just give it a shot. That's all we got to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for having us on and just taking the time to open our stuff. We
Of
appreciate
course.
it.
Yeah, thanks for sending it to me.
Thank
This is really cool
you.
to open these and to hear about your guys' process. That's awesome. It's very unique. You don't get to see this every day, and so it's cool that you guys are making a game and that you're remaking a game, and then that hopefully I hope that you guys have some success here and continue to grow this. This is really, really cool. I appreciate your guys' time.
Well, thanks. We'll let
Hopefully,
you
we'll
go then.
meet at a convention sometime in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. If I find myself anywhere near Seattle, I'll definitely have to hit you guys up.
All right.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good rest
Good
of your
night.
stream.
Yep. See ya. That's pretty cool. Guys, check it out if you guys are interested. That is super, super cool. I appreciate them joining the call. Thanks again to the owners of Crypt, the Pharaoh's Curse. Thank you, Bailey, and don't tell me. Oh, my God. Raven and Bailey, thank you guys so much for joining the stream. That was cool. That was really cool. Super unique, something different. I figured you guys would enjoy that. I was really interested in the business side of it. It's cool that to hear about the printing process and the rarities and kind of the idea behind how to do this. So that's pretty cool. What up, Paul? How's it going? So aside from this, we're still streaming. I'm going to change the title. We're still going to be doing some stuff. I want to sort through some cards that we actually already listed on TCG Player. I'm going to be alphabetizing them, so I'll be doing that, and then continuing to answer any questions or anything that you guys have in the chat. How's everybody doing? Everybody still doing good? No, I'm not wrapping up. I'm not going nowhere. We're still continuing on. We're just wrapping it up, the actual opening of the product, but we are still continuing on. We aren't going nowhere. We still got work to do. As fun as that was, YouTube Crypt the Pharaoh's Curse. Perfect. Yeah, if you guys want to check out their channel, it is Crypt the Pharaoh's Curse on YouTube. Let me take some of this trash. Yeah, definitely check it out if you guys are interested in it. Pretty cool product. Hope to see them have some success in the future. Let me get this trash out of the way, and then we will get to the business stuff, because we got work to do, ladies and gentlemen. We've got work to do. Fun is over. Work has started. What's everybody working on tonight? Anybody listing cards, sorting? We listed 600 cards on TCG Player today, which is pretty cool. Got to 600 cards today. Had a chance to jump into some before the stream and listed a bunch of cards. I listed 500 cards in just under an hour with the process that I showed in the video today. So I thought that was pretty cool. I was curious how much I could do in 1 hour if I just did that. And yeah, 600 cards on TCG Player in an hour, which is awesome. The only thing I didn't do is alphabetize it, but that's what we're going to be doing here. Listed almost 100 on eBay today. Hell yeah, Mike. For funsies in between. Nice, Sivo. What packs are you opening? Packed 8 TCG orders tonight. Nice, Major. I have some orders to pack, but we're not going to be packing them just quite yet. I have to take a shit so bad. We're going to hold it in. But I need to shit. That is for sure. Let's list this up, and you guys can watch me sort some cards. Let's see. What's the best way to do this? There's a cord in the way. This is not the best way to do this. Let's bring this back down and maybe do one of these. We're going to try and set this up to where you guys can see what I'm doing, but also I can actually work. Let me move my mic and everything else. I don't need this headset anymore, thank goodness. I don't want to be wearing that. There we go. Let's move this so y'all can see me. There, mucho bettero. Let's get the old sorting tray out. Our favorite. Let's catch up with chat. All right, my last 2 sleeve Phantasmal Flames. Nice. About 6 or so OP13 packs. Nice. Did you pull anything good? I have not done any One Piece. I have yet to open One Piece. That needs to happen eventually, but still have yet to open any One Piece. This camera is not wanting to work with me right now. Will you work now? Why are you crooked? There, that's somewhat better. Just hit level 4 last night. Thank you. Hell yeah, JP. You're going to be off to the races now. Off to the races. Let's grab our inventory. Inventory's over here. I don't know if you can see it, but we're going to use this, and we're going to start alphabetizing our Chaos sort system. So if you haven't watched today's video, I actually do the Chaos sort system, but currently, I don't know if I'll continue to do this. I want to see how I like it. But currently, I actually alphabetize the cards within the Chaos sort system. Within each bin, I alphabetize it A to Z. It's not necessary. If you've used the Chaos sort system before, you can actually just do it exactly as it is, and it'll say like, oh, pull card 45, and you go to 45 and you pull it. But if it just, you can also just look at the card, and if you do it alphabetical, you can actually just pull the card by the alphabet. It just obviously adds more time like this. I have to actually sort the cards doing it this way. But it's nice is like, if I stop liking this and I don't think it's a very good idea, I can just do the normal sort system. And anytime I go back through these, I would have to, check through alphabet. And it's never going to be harder. I think it does make it a little easier to pull when they're alphabetized. It certainly doesn't make it harder. So best case scenario, or worst case scenario, it's the same amount. Like it takes just as long to grab them when they're alphabetized as if I were grabbing them if they were just numbered. So worst case scenario, it saves me no time and I can just go back to doing the normal way. And best case scenario, it saves me some time and I end up liking it this way. So currently that's what we're doing. And what's nice is with the Chaos sort system, if I haven't alphabetized it yet, I don't have to. I can always have it not alphabetized at first. All right, let's catch up with chat. I'm behind already. Dude, go take a shit. Throw a be right backs for you. I can't. You understand, Paul? I don't take short shits. I'll be gone forever. This one's gonna be a bit. This one's gonna be a bit. All right, that's 2 different bronzors. What about Digimon? You've opened Digimon or played Digimon? I've not done any. I've not opened any. Well, that's not true. I opened up a booster box. One of the very first booster boxes that released. Obviously the reprint, not the old sets. The newest ones. I opened one of the booster boxes when they first came. I think it was like the second one that they came out with. I'm waiting for that one. Nice. I'm almost ready to start my own eBay store. The Rico arrived today. Nice, Pokey. That's awesome. Good luck, Pokey Corey. That'll be sick. You'll like it, I promise. Did you watch essays too? They really pair well together. Yes, if you've not watched both, I do kind of do back to back, kind of like, well, this is what I prefer, and then this is how I'm doing it. So, you list all reverse hollows at 25 cents? Yes. Yep. Not necessarily. Obviously, I just list them at market price, but if they're lower than market price, then I'll list them at 25 cents. Yeah. Clang, Lantern, Lorvitar, Mian Shao, Magnezone, Malamar. There we go. It's gross. I hit level 4, set shipping to free. Woke up 34 hours, like, what the fuck? Yeah. That's typically people's experiences. When you hit level 4, you start to finally sell through what you couldn't before. Damn, everyone just got Fujitsu but me. Yeah, Paul, it definitely helps. It definitely helps. It's certainly not necessary, though. You can absolutely do this without it. But it definitely makes the process significantly faster. Just a scanner in general, even if it's not the Fujitsu, you don't need like a super fast scanner like this. Even if you just got a normal scanner, anything that can scan the cards in will definitely make your process a little faster. Oh, I am knocking over this camera. Let's see. Which way are these turned? This way. All right. There's the first set. Now done. Now for the next one. You watched them all so far? Yeah, I watched. Oh, gotcha. I'm about to actually look into chaos sorting. My question is, how do you add cards to an existing bin? You don't, in theory, unless you do it alphabetical like I'm doing. You don't have to, but you can add to a bin. But you have to, if you add to a bin, you have to alphabetize it within that bin, or else it's gonna. Or you could, I guess, you could put the numbers higher, like you could put it in the same bin, but put it at the back. But it gets complicated then, because if you start, so if you do 50 cards and then you add 50 more cards, you'll have like card number 65, and like it's not nearly going to be in the 65th position necessarily. So the best bet if you want to actually add cards to a bin is to alphabetize each bin when you get done listing them. So ultimately, when you do the system, you're not going to be looking at the number after the bin. You're just going to be looking at the bin number, and then you're going to look for that card within the bin itself, instead of looking at the number of where that bin will be and then trying to find it after that. So that's why I'm actually doing alphabetical within the bin, so I can do that. If that doesn't make sense, it's kind of hard to explain unless you've actually messed with the system to understand how it works, and I'm probably not doing a great job of explaining it. It didn't make sense to me when actually it was Micah with Sort Swift that told me that I should do this, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And then when I actually started doing it, I'm like, oh, I get it now. I understand why you do that. This will help with making it easier for you when you go to add more cards if you want to keep adding to a bin. All right, I lied. I am not going to survive this live stream unless I go drop a deuce. So I'm so sorry. I have no way. I don't have a soon screen, so I'll be back. If anybody has any questions, yeah, I'll be back. I'm sorry. Let me get to a chat real quick. Are you even bothering with non-hollow bulk? Currently, I'm not getting to that yet, but I will. I'll just be pulling out any of the trainers. Do you have any opinions on Pro Seller? I like it personally. It's what I use it, but it's not necessary. That's what I assumed. I was wondering how it did that, so it'd be way better to just deplete said bin and create another. It sounds like it works how I was scared it would. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. You can always add to it if you want to alphabetize it to your thing. But he helped figure it out because the organization process saved a lot of time. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree. All right, I'll be back. Nada. We did it. We did it. We're back. We're back. Sorry, y'all. We are back. I apologize. All right, let's catch up. What a Chad to make sure he read all that before dropping the dues. Take it by the, yeah. Shout out to Short Swift. Yeah, absolutely. Short Swift is a great product. Where's my boy? Fans should have typed, I'm pooping on his computer monitor and pointed a camera to it. That's true. Everyone liked the stream while he's gone. I appreciate it if you liked the stream while I was gone. Anyone have any more questions about Crypt? Yeah, if you guys have any questions about Crypt, definitely throw them in the chat. A-M-A-M-A-R. World's first trading board game. Collect hexes and cards, build your deck, and battle with any number of players. Yep. That is what we opened earlier. So definitely check out the stream after the fact to watch the interview. It was pretty cool getting to talk to those guys and learn a little bit more about a new trading card game. OMG, I hear him. Did he not mute himself? Empty chair. There you go, Jarvin. Or Jaren. Did you lose any weight to do that deuce? Yes, I did. I lost a lot of weight from that deuce. No, actually, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. It wasn't my best performance, I must say. But it did the job for now. It did the job for now. Gouging fire. Gimme ghoul. I had a bite that would always say Gimme Ghoul's name like that. Gimme Ghoul. You ready to film a video just hang here for a bit? Yeah. When did the TCG board game come out? They originally came out in 2002, and then they re-released it in 2024, it looked like. Was it picture-worthy? Did it hit the group chat? It was definitely... You guys don't want to see that. I can promise you that. It wasn't... honestly, my wife has been dealing with a stomach bug, and I don't think I got it, but I feel like I've been having weird poops. So we're going in way too much into this. We need to get on a different subject. Y'all don't need to know about it, but let me just say you don't really want to see that. No one wants to see that. Snum Sandy gassed. Yeah, I'm just chilling here now, sorting cards. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Feel. But yeah, I was saying earlier, I got all these cards listed. They're on TCG Player already. So now I'm just kind of going through them and getting them ready so I can pull cards easier. I did get a XYZ rather. I did get a order of 50 something or 40 something cards earlier, so we'll have to be fulfilling that soon. So already, I mean, we had like 700 something cards listed before we got that order, and they ordered almost 50. So they ordered a good amount of our store, which is pretty cool. But right now, we're just listing reverse holos on TCG Player. Eventually, we'll be listing. Ooh, I wanted to go through. One of my viewers sent me some cards. I bought some cards from one of my viewers, and we can go through that as well. I can kind of show you the cards I got maybe in a little bit. But yeah. We're going to be mostly doing the reverse holos unless they are from 151. They're going to go on TCG Player, and then any 151 stuff is going on eBay because they go for a sweet premium on eBay. I'm off for the hang. See you next time. Hey, Mike, thanks for being here. I'll catch you later. What's 9 plus 10? 17. Was just launched at the end of last year, going around. Oh, we just launched at the end of last year. Going to local stores and events. We also just launched our online store last month. This is second edition remastered. Oh, nice. I didn't know you guys had just launched the website this month. That's awesome. About to sort 7,000 fab cards. What are fab cards? What are fab? What is that? What is fab? I'm stupid. What game is that? I think I'm a moron. In the day. Bunch of S's. Vulpix. Kecleon, Zebstrika, Immortal. 21? 29? Most cards I've ever had. Flesh and Blood. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, that's what it is, yeah. I don't, I've never, ever had Flesh and Blood cards, so I don't know anything about Flesh and Blood. Clearly you can see I don't deal with other TCGs very often. I mostly stick to what I know. I don't know any Flesh and Blood. I don't know any, I just for the first time opened up Riftbound on the stream yesterday, or this weekend. Or was it this weekend? No, it was last week. And then I just opened, same with the Gundam game. So I don't typically, I stick to what I know. The only thing I haven't really shown off much that I have opened a decent amount of is Yu-Gi-Oh! I've opened a decent amount of Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I want to buy, whenever they come over with the full arts, I want to buy whatever set's going to be coming out that has the full arts with Yu-Gi-Oh! That looks sick. So we're definitely going to have to open some of that. It'll probably be hard to get because I imagine the prices are going to go high, but Yu-Gi-Oh!'s typically low prices, so maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe people won't care. I have a feeling that won't be the case, though. Why is everyone saying 21? I don't understand the 21 reference. 19 plus 10 is 21. I'm stupid. Did you guys all like get together and was like, this is going to be an inside joke while I was pooping? Because if so, kudos. If not, I'm confused. There it is. There's R and P. So jealous of you because here in Italy we don't have TCG players, but we have card market where the reverse cards have an decently low price, and this is why I haven't started doing this. Really? Samuel, they don't sell for anything on over there? Yeah, they sell really well on TCG Player for whatever reason. Do you have eBay? I know they still sell well on eBay as well. I don't know how well the stuff sells overseas, though. Sigilif is before this. Schnabel. Sprigatito. Putting a lot of effort for graphics for the stupid screen clicker video. Just for it to get 100 views. Grind is real. Screen clicker video. What is that? What is a screen clicker video? Is it like a game? I feel like y'all are saying some stuff that I'm confused. Google 9 plus 10 video. I'm scared to Google that. I feel like that's a trap. Zangoose, Zebstrika. See, I don't get on the TikToks and all the young kids stuff. I used to be on TikTok. I'll be honest. I get obsessed with TikTok, so I keep it uninstalled on my phone. Because if I don't, I will be on TikTok for hours, and then I'll be like, "Where did the evening go?" It's all gone now. TikTok is too good. TikTok knows me better than I know me. And that scares me, so I don't get on TikTok. I uninstall that because it's a trap. My wife sends me TikToks, and then I'll watch them on my wife's phone. That is the rule we've created. She says She said for a long time I couldn't uninstall TikTok. She's like, "That's my love language. I want to send you TikToks." I was like, "Well, send them to me. I'll watch them on your phone," and that's how we do it because I will get obsessed and want to keep watching. And every time I get to the end of the TikTok she sent me, I'm like, I want to see more. Send me more. So it's a good way to keep myself from continuing to watch nothing but TikToks. But now the problem is they're on shorts on YouTube, and then I'll just sit there and scroll on YouTube. And I can't get those to go away because I actually like using YouTube. I wish you could just turn off shorts. I would love it if I could turn off shorts. But then I wouldn't be able to watch these Italian guys in Brooklyn make pizzas. I had a discussion with the UK buyer the other day and was shocked by my eBay prices. Said it's way more expensive over there. Well, that's good. I mean, that's probably a good thing, right? In Italy, the main online store is Card Market. On eBay, we usually buy the more pricey cards. Oh, so not like the lower end stuff. Card Market is the best where you can buy from. Yeah. I didn't even know they had Card Market over here. Or no, it's the other one. Is it Card Market? I think they have Card Market here too. It's just not as popular. So people are making fun of Pokemon YouTubers for just being screen clickers that just click through pictures and websites and talk. Vine back in 2013. Damn. That is, you guys are showing your age. I thought I was showing my age. You guys are making 2013 references. I was a sophomore, junior in college. I was too busy playing League of Legends to be watching Vines. I watched Vines, don't get me wrong. I definitely watched Vines. Actually, I didn't watch Vines. I would watch like the Vine compilations on YouTube. Because I didn't want to, I don't think I downloaded Vine. Or maybe I did at one point, I don't remember. Love your journey, by the way, even from Italy. Hey, I appreciate it, Samuel. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. What part of Italy are you in? I would love to go to Italy. We were close to Italy. We were in southern Germany and Slovenia. We were in Slovenia and Germany back in April of last year. It was pretty cool. My wife and I went the second time I've been to Europe. First time I went to Germany or England or Slovenia. It was really cool. Slovenia is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I live in Rome. Nice. That's awesome. I would love to go to Rome. My parents have been to Rome. I've never been to Rome. Never been to Italy. Bring your viewer demographic down as a 23-year-old, breaking the standard. Nice. Yeah, Jaron, you're bringing my age down by like half. Yep. You absolutely are. There's Grievard in 2 different sets. Obsidian Flames. Oh, there's 2 Obsidian. Okay, so it's 99 and 100. Okay. Gimme ghoul. Kang Ask Han. That's how I always have to pronounce it so I can spell it correctly when I'm doing things. Larvesta. Larvitar. That goes Larvesta. Then Linoon and Lechonk. You know, if you like food, it's kind of the best country to visit. Yeah. We got a taste of it a little bit in Germany and Slovenia. We had a little bit. You know, we were kind of close enough. There was we went to a place in Germany. No, wasn't? Yeah, it was Germany, southern Germany, and it was like an Italian place. It was pretty good. I would like to eat the food in Italy. I will say Germany was easily the worst food out of all the places we visited. And I visited England, but I was in London, so London is like different. England is known for their trash food, but we were in London, so it's very diverse, and so we rarely had any kind of like English food. We only really ate non-English food, so that kind of helped. But yeah. Of course, he's talking about food. Yeah, exactly, right? My analysts currently say I've had a single viewer under 25, also male, but that's common in this place. Yeah, 100%, Jaron. Yeah, you'll have that a lot. I don't imagine there's going to be anyone that's not younger. I think it just kind of gives you the general statistics. Because mine, I think, says the same thing or something similar, which I find that hard to believe. And I visited England. What about that? If you go to Bulgaria, it's kind of the same shit. Oh, really? Yeah, honestly, I thought the food in Germany, I guess I just don't like meats that much. And sausage. I'm not like big on that. They had this thing they told me to get. I don't remember what it was called. Oh, it was a pork knuckle. And they're like, it's like basically what this city, Munich, was known for. And so I had a pork knuckle, and I'm like, this is just like really unseasoned pulled pork. It was, I don't know, it wasn't impressive. And I'm not that picky. I mean, I am picky with food, but I'm not that usually I'm not like, oh, it's got to be really good. I don't know. I just wasn't impressed with the German food. They're not known for their food, I guess. So I'm not giving them too much shit. The country was beautiful, so it was worth it. Sure, there's some 60 to 20-year-olds grinding on their Pokemon business. Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. Definitely are. Just the fact that you were like the German food was the worst, and then you threw England under the bus catching strays. Exactly. Yeah. Everyone knew what I meant when I said, and I went to England. That's exactly, yes. Thank you. That perfectly encapsulates exactly how I felt, how most people feel about English food. You guys put beans on shit. All right? That is all you need to say. Also, it's a crime. Why do y'all put corn on your pizza? Stop putting corn on your pizza. What the hell is going on? That's crazy work. Corn on pizza is criminal. I had some insanely good luck in Latvia. Nice. Corn on pizza, though, is crazy. I watched this. I don't know why I'm on pizza YouTube shorts, but I watched another guy who's in England that makes pizzas, and he'll put corn on the pizzas. And I'm like, stop ruining the... Actually, you know what's funny? I don't think it would be that bad. I've never had corn on pizza, but I bet it wouldn't be that bad. But I'm still like, that kind of hurts me. Like, as a lover of pizza, if you couldn't tell, that's kind of crazy. That's crazy work. Beans on toast is a national treasure. Yeah, exactly. That's beans on toast is... I hate beans. I hate beans. Any kind of bean. I don't think... Is there a... Okay, I like green beans. But I don't like beans. It's just, ugh. Reed-fried beans, bleh. Like, beans in general. Ew, why? And you eat it for breakfast. That's just not okay. It's funny because there's another guy. What's the guy? There's a guy in England that has like they call him spuds. The potatoes, like baked potatoes. And he's like, I love watching his videos. They're very interesting to watch. But I'm just like, he's just making a baked potato. And he'll have like this long ass line at the... It's like, y'all never had a baked potato with some cheese in it? Like, what? It's just crazy that they're like that popular. Obviously, I think they do good marketing, so I think that's why they're popular. But it's just funny that they freak out over for a spud, for a baked potato. Schnabel. If you have to go to Italy for the food, I think the best city to go to is Naples for the pizza and the seafood, and maybe Rome for the pasta and the gelato. You know, it's funny. 2 of those 4 things I don't like that you listed. I love pizza and I love pasta, but I don't like seafood and I don't like gelato. So I'll have to definitely go to Naples for the pizza and Rome for the pasta. I'm okay with visiting both of those. I love me a good lasagna. Damn, I'm hungry right now. Y'all are making me hungry. Jelly beans? Yes. Yeah, I like jelly beans. I'll give you that one. I do like jelly beans. I can absolutely smash refried beans with rice, with tortilla chips, and a burrito. My brother in Christ, you just insulted like 7 cultures in that one sentence. Oh my God. I can smash refried beans with rice, with tortilla, in a burrito? Okay, refried beans. I was thinking when you said that, okay, I'm okay with that. I don't like that, but I can see it. That's an interesting... Tortilla chips in the burrito? Though? What? That's crazy work. Dude, I love Mexican food, though. I do love Mexican food. I had a buddy that lived in England. He was stationed in England. And every time he'd come back home, he'd be like, dude, I have to go get Mexican food. They don't have Mexican food in England, and it's the worst. And I'm like, I don't know if I'd survive that. I love Mexican food. It's probably my favorite food. Italian is probably my second favorite food, but Mexican food, that's probably my favorite. Tweets throw. No, I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Loves pizza. Shocker. I know, right? Trust me, you didn't steal the real gelato. You didn't try the real gelato. True. That's fair. That's fair. Or with rice, or with chips, or in a burrito. Not all at once. Okay. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. I don't like refried beans, though. I've never liked beans. Dude, refried beans look like somebody just vomited on a, or took a shit on a plate. It's not the only reason I don't like them. I just don't like the taste of them, but it's just, ugh. It is not appetizing. No one's like, ooh, this looks so tasty. So many Houndstone cards. H-O-P, H-O-N. Hops, Bag. But now you got me thinking, yeah. Taco Bell puts tortilla chips instead of their burritos, or they used to. Okay, well, Taco Bell's not real Mexican food. Let's be honest. That's not even close. No, but you can't say Taco Bell because that's not even close. I do love Taco Bell. Well, okay, I shouldn't say I love Taco Bell. I don't love Taco Bell, but Taco Bell is like late night eating. Like I don't drink anymore, but when I used to go out drinking, after a night of drinking, get some Taco Bell on the way home. Absolutely. That is prime. I don't drink anymore, but I was actually the DD for my family. We were going out in Orlando when we were in Florida, and just recently, and we went to this Taco Bell. I'm not kidding you when I say we paid for it. Unfortunately, else I would have drove away. We were the only ones in the line. We get up to this thing. I pay. I'm not kidding you. From the moment I paid to the moment we got our food was probably at least 30 minutes. I'm not even exaggerating. 30 minutes. That would have taken too long at a sit-down restaurant. We were in a Taco Bell drive-thru. And had I not paid, I would have drove way earlier. There was a couple people in the back behind us, and there was only one person that left behind us. And there was like 2 or 3 cars that waited in line even after us. I'm like, y'all are crazy if you're going to wait in that line. If I hadn't paid, I'd have left a long time ago. It was insane. As your second camera? Yes. Yeah, this is my phone. It's right here. It's my phone. Absolutely right. The aesthetics are not there, but wow, if they aren't delicious. Yeah, to each their own. To each their own. It's definitely not appetizing, that's for sure. I only Taco Bell after midnight. That's probably a good rule of thumb, honestly. Taco Bell just like, I don't know. People always talk about like getting the shits from Taco Bell. I don't think I necessarily get that, but like, I just never feel good after eating taco. I don't remember the last time I had Taco Bell and was like, I'm glad I ate that. You know, I just always like, why did I eat that? It's always miserable. I always tell my wife, like, she's like, because she likes Taco Bell a little bit more than me. And so we'll go to Taco Bell and I'm like, yeah, I'll like it. Or I'll have like a craving for, like, oh, I'm craving Taco Bell. And so we'll go get Taco Bell. And then I'm like, I hate my life now. I just feel like I died. How many have we gotten through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God damn. Maybe I'm not going to be doing this alphabetizing because this takes forever. We only alphabetized 5 of the 10 that we listed. But we'll see. We'll keep going with the process, and if we don't like it this way, we can always switch it. But I'm also talking to chat, so I'm going significantly slower than I would if I was just putting on a podcast or something. Let's do this whole thing without looking at chat. We'll go through a whole sort without looking at chat. We can do this. We can do this. This is your chance. If you're wanting to say some heinous shit, I won't be looking. Please don't. Pneumonia. Taco Bell isn't real Mexican food. It's a valid variation, just like Domino's isn't real pizza, but sometimes you're in the mood for some cardboard pizza. That's fair, I guess. That's fair. I don't mind Domino's. You know, Domino's isn't bad. Obviously, it's not like it's good for a chain, I guess, and it's cheap. That's the best part about it. It's cheap as hell. But I don't mind Domino's. What's the best chain pizza place? I think Domino's is up there. Is Donato's everywhere? I would say Donato's, but I think that might be a Midwestern thing. I think Donato's is only in the Midwest. But I could be wrong. Donato's is probably my favorite chain. I had a Taco Bell employee hitting on me the other day through the drive-thru. No, you can't have my number. Just give me my food, lady. Dude, I have that every day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm used to it. You got to get used to it, you know? When you're this good looking, you're just like, all right, come on. We get it. I know. I'm gorgeous. Like, can we just move on? Like, I get it. Yes, I'm jacked. Yes, I'm hot. Yes, I'm everything you could ever want. But can we just please, you know, I've heard it before. We've been there, done that. It's time to move on. My eyes are up here, ma'am. I did get a free taco. Worth. No one feels good off Taco Bell. Baja Blast, you're right. Should have taken the number just to have a Taco Bell plug. honestly, you need it for the quesadilla sauce. Let me tell you. I've talked about this before, but there is a restaurant called Cookout in the southeast. And if you all know what I'm talking about, their quesadilla sauce is really, really good. And it's basically the same sauce that Taco Bell uses in their quesadillas, but you can get it as a side. I usually get it as a side when I went to Cookout, and I dip my chicken strips in it. Dude, that's why I'm as big as I am today. College screwed me over, and it's Cookout's fault. It's Cookout's fault that I'm fat. I'll take that to the grave. Attaboy. I think she's like 16, so not worth the risk. Oh, yeah. Definitely not. Definitely not. That would be a big no. But Papa John's is damn good. Honestly, I think Papa John's gets more hate than it deserves. I love me some good Papa John's. I would agree with that. I think Papa John gets too much hate. Papa's got it going on. Let me say it. Papa's not bad. But it's weird. I feel like I didn't have Papa John's for a really long time. And then we ordered it for a party that I had over at my house. And then I had it. I'm like, holy shit, I forgot how good Papa John's was. I haven't had it in years. And then like we had it a couple more times. And I'm like, yeah, I remember why I stopped having it. I feel like it's like one of those things like, oh, it's really good. And then I'm like, okay, maybe not. It's all right. Not my favorite, but it's all right. McDonald's does that to me. See, I don't have a problem with McDonald's. McDonald's doesn't really mess with my stomach or anything, or doesn't bother me after I eat it. I love me a McDonald's Diet Coke. You have to take out a second mortgage to get Domino's or Papa John's. No, Domino's is cheap. Papa John's not so much. Domino's is cheap. Donato's, if you guys have Donato's near you, they're expensive. Holy cow, they're expensive. I mean, you'll pay a big dollar amount for a Domino's pizza. It's worth it because it's good. I'll pay good money for a good pizza. That I feel is one of those investments. I don't really like to spend a lot of money on food in regards to like quality. It's like I don't really care about that. But when it comes to pizza, I'll spend some good money for good quality pizza. There's a pizza place near me called Ordinary. Oof. Big old pieces of pizza. Tons of toppings. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I miss Cookout, dude. Paul, it's the best. I just had that Ratatouille memory thing. Dude, Cookout. Oh. So that Cookout, you just brought me back down south. Dude, same. I'm trying to think of so last year we went to the AC/DC concert in Tennessee, and that's the last time I had Cookout. And before then, it was a while before then. Anytime I'm south, I go to a Cookout. I'm always like, where is the nearest Cookout we are going? We have to be there. It is the best. It's cheap. It's good as hell. It's got the best queso sauce. Chicken strips with fries and a quesadilla. Strip fry queso, you're welcome. You ever go in the South, go to Cookout, order a strip fry queso, you'll thank me later. If you can handle it after all that food, get you a milkshake, you'll thank me even more. After you get out of your food coma, of course. Covered. Let chunk, let do the little chunk. All right. There's a cookout by my work I've never been. Oh my God, Jaren, go right now. You son of a gun. They're open till like 4 a.m. Go. Get out of here. There's way more important things to be doing right now. What is eating cookout right this second? It's called creamy jalapeno sauce. I worked there for. Yes, Bayou. They're creamy jalapeno sauce. I would work at Taco Bell just to steal a gallon of that shit. Oh my God, it's so good. Papa John was racist, so the hate was warranted, but now Shaq is in charge, so it's okay again. Papa John was racist? I didn't even hear about that. That's crazy. Not surprising, but crazy. I don't have money like Phantom, I guess. You don't need money. It's cheap. Biggest order of cards at 27 was Pokemon. Nice. Why do you say but though, Mike? You don't want Pokemon? That's awesome. Do you have the video of how your label printer works? I don't. I do not, Hurley. I could make one. It's pretty, I mean, it's right here. Can you guys see this? I don't have the, can you guys see? Yeah, it's right here. So you just open this up and then you throw the labels in and then I have these labels for TCG player. Let's see if I can show them a little better. I have these labels. They're like 2x4 labels. You see them? And then I can throw them in. I just kind of throw them in like this. And then I use a label thing. It's called Label Designer. And then I just copy and paste the addresses from TCG Player over into that. All right, let's catch up to that. Is big or just floor price I hate more than anything? Well, what's your floor price, Jaron? It shouldn't be too bad if your floor price is high enough. My floor price is 25 cents. I might eventually raise that, but currently mine is 25 cents, so I don't mind if they do all floor cards. Char Cadets Camo Rubbed. Cookout is awesome. It is, Hurley. It is. It's too good. I'm having fun pulling the baseball cards off from different teams. Nice. Yeah. Baseball cards are cool. There are mini corn dogs. They're grilled onions. They have Cheerwine. It's a weird place, but they have figured out somehow. Yeah, Dude, I forgot about Cheerwine. I wasn't a huge fan of Cheerwine. Everyone loved it where I was at, but yeah, I hear that Cheerwine's good. It's not a wine. It's like this, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like this fruit drink that they have that's really popular. It's called Cheerwine. It's the Baja Blast of a cookout, basically. It doesn't taste like a Baja Blast, but I'm just saying it's like the popular thing that people go there to order. Sadly, I'm not close to my work. I work from home most of the time. Jaron, the next time you go to work, don't do it at lunch. Do it on your way home. Don't do it for lunch because you will not want to work after you eat an entire meal of Cookout. But go to Cookout the next time you get an opportunity. I'm telling you, you will not be sad. Go get their chicken strips with fries and a quesadilla. It'll cost you like $6. Get the side of queso sauce. And if they say it costs extra, I don't care if they tell you it's $30 extra. You pay for that extra. It's like 30 cents. I don't care. Pay for it. Dip all your stuff in that queso sauce. You have officially gained 20 pounds. You're welcome. And I've never heard of Cookout. Bayou, where are you? Are you in Florida? They're not in Florida. You can only go. Georgia's the furthest they go south. If you're in Florida, first off, Bayou, if you're in Florida, you're not in the South. We both know that you are not in the South. You are South, but you are not in the South. If you lived anywhere near in the South, you'll know what I'm talking about. Well, then you were very close. Yeah, closest cookout is an hour and a half from me. Same. It's about a 2-hour drive from me, and I would go if I was near one. It was by your work. Yeah. Why don't you print directly on your envelopes, Phantom? My printer doesn't work. Well, okay, it probably does, but I've not set it up, so I need to work with that. But I probably will eventually. Currently, 21 cents just don't love packing orders over 20 cards. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't like packing big orders like that. I agree with that. I do love a good, like, 6-card order. That's like 6 to 9 card order. That's like prime. Go on eBay, though, Jared. If you don't like to do that, eBay, you can sell a lot less for a lot more. I would go to cookout after the show. That's perfect. That's perfect, Jared. There are cookouts in Florida. Probably northern Florida. That's where I'm at. Really? Okay, then I didn't know that. I'm in southwest Louisiana. Okay, all right. I was just making sure you weren't Florida. You're in the South. I didn't know there wasn't any in Louisiana. That's surprising. They must be further east of you. You're in the South. You're in the South. I'm just making sure you aren't going to say Florida. Because if you said Florida, I think we can both agree. You don't live in the South if you live in Florida. Jesus. Is there a good solo play TCG? Alec, that's a great question that I don't know the answer to. I'm sure there is. I heard somebody say that they've played a Pokemon version, like a single player version, that there's like rules online they found, so you can maybe look into that. I have heard of I think there's a couple games that like have like different like bosses you can fight in like a single player environment, but I've not tried myself. Northern Florida, 3 locations. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, usually they're not in Florida, but yeah, they must be continuing to go south. I wish they would go north, because it's probably good that they don't go north. If I had a cookout near me, you think I'm fat now? Goodness. If I was in range of a cookout, ooh, buddy, let me tell you, it wouldn't... I would be the world's fattest man. I might set a record if there was any near me. Crypt has solitaire rules. Oh, nice. So I can play solo if I wanted to, BT. Therapeutic. Targadamaru. Terapagos. Right, I don't consider Florida the South, but I know people in Tennessee consider themselves South, so who knows nowadays. Whoa. You can't say that Tennessee's not South. What? I'll give you Kentucky. If people in Kentucky say they're in the South, I can be like, all right, maybe not. Tennessee, though, that's the start. Tennessee's the start. It's funny because I lived in Tennessee. I'm not from Tennessee. I went to school there and lived there while I was there, but closest to me is West Virginia. West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains. Alrighty, are we getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? We still have 3 more of these sons of guns to go through. Sold the first edition Chim Challenge Misty's Gold for $144 for fees today. That's my biggest one. Damn, that's awesome, Paul. Holy cow, that's awesome. They need to re-upload the website. To re-upload it, need to be re-uploaded to the web. That's sick, though. Yeah, you should definitely do that. Playing solo. I've never tried a solo card game. I think that'd be pretty cool. I recently found out that there's solo like RPGs, like solo pen and paper RPGs, which I think is really cool. I actually was trying to do one with Pokemon. There's someone that's done a Pokemon. They created a Pokemon RPG that can be played solo, and I made my own set of rules to where there was shiny Pokemon and stuff, and I would just shiny hunt. It was really cool. I think that's a cool way to do it. I can't remember the name of that, but it was cool. If you just look up like Pokemon RPG, you could probably find it. Thought it was pretty cool. I should get back to playing that. That was fun. I enjoyed it when I played it. below the Mason-Dixon line. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was just about to say it's below the Mason-Dixon line. So to me, anything below the Mason-Dixon line is south, unless you're Florida. Love the content. Keep up the good work. Hey, Anthony, appreciate it, man. Mathematically, I would not consider Tennessee south. Mathematically? How does that work? P.S. G'day from Australia. Hell yeah, man. I appreciate it, fellow Aussie. I'm not Australian. I don't know why I said fellow Aussie. Welcome from down under. Fellow Aussie. Because clearly I'm Australian. I say L.A., Bama, Mississippi is the South. Texas and Georgia get passes. But I'm not out here just giving out the South titles. I said what I said. Wait. You're saying Georgia barely gets a pass? Georgia? I mean, at that point, you might as well just say Louisiana is the only southern state. Georgia. Am I bad with geography? You guys are next to Georgia. Are you not connected to Georgia? I might be an idiot. There might be a state in between you guys and Georgia. Georgia's the South, brother. What? West Virginia, Tennessee, North Carolina, which I would say I could see the argument where North Carolina isn't South. Not obviously by where it is, but more so when I meet people from North Carolina, they don't act Southern. They don't really have Southern accents. I think if you have a Southern accent, you're from the South. And Tennessee has a Southern accent. There's a special Southern accent. I like Pokemon. I will try solo Pokemon. Yeah, try it out, Alec. It'd be cool. It is below the Mason-Dixon line. I seceded from the Union during the Civil War, bro. You don't get to erase the shade, even if they make good hot sauce. Okay, I might be an idiot. Don't quote me. I'm bad at geography, dude. Barely. Off topic, I'm somewhat seriously considering buying a home in Puerto Rico. The goal would be to eventually get a second house in Florida, but this would make shipping cards super difficult. Yeah, Jared, that would be. Puerto Rico would be cheap to live in. I hear the living there is cheap, but I don't imagine shipping cards from there would be easy. That's for sure. Definitely be a different market. That's an interesting. Why Puerto Rico and Florida? Why those two? You're 700 miles away going north? Wait, what? Right, of course, yeah. I mean, if we go through all the different country accent, yeah, sure. I would say it's a southern accent. You know, it's funny, I went to, we almost moved to, oh my God, what is the state? Oh my God. I need to look at a U.S. map right now. I can't think right now. What is the state we almost moved to? We almost moved further north. Let's just say that. We almost moved further north, and it's not Michigan. And we almost moved there, and we were there visiting, and we walk into the store, and they're like, where are you guys from? And we're like, Indiana? And they're like, oh, we can tell you have a southern accent. We're like, excuse me? Excuse me? We have a Midwestern accent, first of all. And second of all, southern? That's crazy talk. Crazy talk. Yeah, we call it, Louisiana is connected to Georgia, Phantom 2026. I'm not trying to prove you wrong, because I know that it's not, clearly. Where the hell? USA map. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking you guys were where Alabama was. Okay? Cut me some slack. You're not that far from Georgia. And first off, Georgia is not that far north of you. You're only half, not even half of Louisiana is below Georgia. Okay? 700 miles north my ass. 700 miles north is Indiana. Okay, sir. Don't give me that shit. But yes, I was off. I was thinking you guys were Alabama. In my head, you guys were Alabama. So I'll give you that one. I was an idiot with that one. I'll give you that one. I knew when I said it, I was like, that's probably wrong, but we're going with it. Quoted. But it's my favorite place on earth, and it would be more so be building some rentals out there and living there for a bit until I'm sick of it. Interesting. That's nice. I've never been to Puerto Rico. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know a thing about it. But that sounds interesting. Michigan, Midwest, and not North? Brother, how is any of us Midwest? Can you answer me that? What are we west of? Look at the map. We're east. Why are we called Midwest? Indiana's Midwest? My cheeks. But we are. I don't know. Just Midwestern things, dude. Just Midwestern things. See, this is why you can't say you're the South, and you can't describe the South as purely geographical. But to say that Tennessee is not South is crazy work. I'm in Minnesota, and people say Midwest too. Yeah, Minnesota's Midwest too. Which you guys are more Midwest than Indiana. So, in Michigan, I'm from Northern Ohio, but I've lived near Nashville, Tennessee. My Ohioan accent mixed with Tennessee. Now it's crazy. Dude, Jordan, every time I would go home, my family would always make fun of me because I would gain like this weird hybrid accent as well. So I know exactly how you feel. They'd be like, oh, your Southern's coming out. It's funny, I roomed with a buddy that was from Tennessee, and we went to his parents' house, and we walked in. And the second we walked, like he always had a country accent, but it was never like really, really, really thick. The second we walked in that door, that boy cranked that accent. I was like, holy cow, brother. You turned into a whole other person when we walked into your parents' house. That was crazy. But I won't handle the blasphemy that's saying Tennessee's not South. You're in the Bible Belt, my good sir. If you're in the Bible Belt, you're in the South. That's just all there is to it. I'm going to tell you. If you've got some twang in your accent, you're Southern. Hate to break it to you. I say y'all now because I lived in the South. It's a crime. For the longest time, I was like, I'm never going to say y'all. I'm not going to do it. I hate that. I hate that word. And now I say it all the time. It's the worst. I'm 9 hours and 22 minutes from Atlanta. I'm 670 miles from Atlanta. Well, Atlanta is not... Where's Atlanta at? That's like mid-Georgia. And that's not north. You're going 700 miles straight east. You're not going 700 miles north. Put a fucking compass on your map and go north. If you go 700 miles north on your compass, you're in middle of Missouri. 700 miles. Yeah, you're going straight east. I'm trying to think of where Atlanta is in Georgia. I think it's somewhat south, but it's still like middle Georgia, I think. North, my cheeks. Fuck Ohio. Poor Ohio. Because I don't know the Northeast at all. They're just jumbled together within 500 miles. See, yeah, exactly. Tell me the states that are connected to Indiana. Go. I bet you can't. West of D.C. and New York. Oh, yeah, dude. All that shit just gets confusing. Phantom say creek. I can say creek. I didn't go that far. I won't say crick. Never said y'all until I lived here. Yeah, same. I won't go. I won't say crick. I didn't go that far. I'll give you y'all. I'll say y'all, but I'm not going that far. I won't call it a crick. I won't go to the grocery store and grab a buggy. I won't call it that. I won't put on my toboggan hat. I won't do it. But I will say y'all. And those are real things. For y'all that don't know, those are just Tennessee things. Do y'all in Louisiana call your shopping carts, buggies, because that's a crime. I don't think you do. I think that's a Tennessee thing, but if that's a Southern thing, that's not okay. That's just not okay. It's where we draw the line. It's where we say, okay, when we won the war, I think we deserve the right to wipe out the word buggy probably from existence, unless you're talking about a Volkswagen Beetle. But outside of that, I think when we won the war, we should have said, you can't say the word buggy anymore. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I think it was right up there when we won the war with the things that we wanted to abolish. It went slavery, buggies. There it is. Obviously, slavery, way down there, buggies. I'm going too far. This is going too far. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna just sort cards. But buggies should be outlawed. It should. We should do that. I'm excited. Oh God. I gotta catch up, y'all. Tennessee is not South Nashville, just a place for white girls and bachelorette parties. But you don't go to. Wait. We're not talking about Nashville. We're talking about East. I lived in East Tennessee. I lived in the mountains. That's South. Kentucky is more South than Tennessee. At least they sound and act more South. Ew, no. False, Jordan. False. I was just typing something fandom. No joke. I lived in Kentucky for 5 years. I went back for 2, and I still say y'all. Exactly. Yeah, everyone is starting to adopt y'all. It's the worst. I live in Southeast Missouri. Yeah, yeah. You're in the South. Is more North Georgia. Yeah, that's why. Okay, yeah. So it's Northern Georgia. Yeah. So you could go to Georgia. Like I said, you're halfway through the state. I'll give you my city on the corner of Boot. 20 minutes from Gulf. 20 minutes from Texas. Literally going north. No, you aren't. That's literally. We're gonna pull up the map. We're doing it. You asked for this. This man. Let's say you live here. Let's say you live right here on the wiener of Louisiana. If you go 700 miles, I need one of those wait, do they have one on here? Do they have one? Yeah, here we go. 0 to 200. This is kilometers. What kind of communist map is this? Why do we have kilometers? What is this? Well, we need a, okay, here we go. Wait, here we go. 100 miles. So here, 300 miles. You go 300 miles here. I'm in Tennessee in 300 miles. If I keep going north, I'm in Northern Illinois. Don't give me that shit. Don't give me your sass. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that sass anymore. They call it buggy here, and it drives me insane. It should be illegal. They'll say it's really good to grow up in, but as soon as you're grown, get the F out of there. Yeah, Jordan, I don't mind Indiana. Indiana's kind of the same way, but I like Indiana. It's not that bad. You got me on the Northeast. Yeah. They said buggy in Florida. That's a crime. Florida shouldn't be allowed to say anything abnormal at all. Now say wheelbarrow. Is wheelbarrow? Is it supposed to be wheelbarrow? Wheelbarrow? I don't know. Or oil? Can I say oil? They would always make fun of me in Tennessee. Oil. I'm like, yes, it's oil. Yes, you say oil, not oil. Is buggy Southern? I thought that was just what they are called. No. What? My brother in Christ. What? You guys call it buggies too? That's a crime. No, they're shopping carts. Southern thing, I'm from North Carolina. We say buggy. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It is a Southern thing then. Wow. I thought it was just a Tennessee thing. Didn't know that was a location thing? Yes, it absolutely is. Go up to Indiana and call it a buggy, and people will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you having a stroke? Your face is covering it? Oh, sad day. That's not 20 minutes from Texas? Southwest Louisiana. Brother, I went the furthest south you can go in Louisiana. I went to the tip of the penis of Louisiana. That's as far south as you can go. Not naked. Yeah. Exactly. It's naked. You can't go any further south than I showed. I'm not saying it's not 700 miles from Georgia. You're saying it's 700 miles north of Louisiana. That's not the case. If you go north of Louisiana, you're going into Missouri, or you're going into Illinois at that point. 700 miles. 700 miles. I see. You just saw it there. I kind of said it there. There's my Tennessee coming through. I wasn't even trying. Some of it, yeah. My wife will make fun of me sometimes. It'll be just random. Sometimes it'll just come out of nowhere. I'm like, damn, where did that come from? My whole life just moved to Florida and heard buggy for the first time. Yeah, when I moved to Tennessee for the first time, I was like, what did they just call that? Like, it's a buggy. I'm like, y'all are weird. Where did I move to? Where did I go? It's funny, on the way to Tennessee, the very first time, we drove by somebody driving with their right foot and their left foot out the window when we were driving to Tennessee. And I'm like, what did I get myself into? What have I done? That might have been the most southern thing I ever saw. Yeah, what up, Eco? It's good. It's been good. Maine is south? Maine is south. Yeah, south of what? Canada. Heatmore. Hound, yeah, well. You went east, which is about 6 hours from me. We're actually fighting. Chatty's gaslighting. What are you talking? We're doing it again. We're doing it again. We're doing it again. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. Okay. What can you guys? What can I see? What am I covering up? I'm covering up everything, aren't I? I'm covering up literally everything. Okay. Okay. We'll do this again since I covered everything up. All right. Here is down here. This is our key. 300 miles is. I'm going up to my screen, and if we go, this is as far in Louisiana as you can go. Tip of the wiener. Tip of the ween. I don't care if you're going east. If you are going to Georgia, you're going straight east, which is, yeah, sure. I'll give you 700 miles to northern Georgia, maybe from southwest Louisiana, but I'm talking about just going north. You're saying you're going north. You're going maybe 100 miles north. If you're in the penis of Louisiana and you go to if you want to just get into Georgia, if we're talking about just north to south, you're talking maybe 100 miles. Maybe. I'm talking about if you go 700 miles north, you're going to Illinois. You are in northern Illinois if you go 700 miles north. It'd be like saying, yeah, New York. It'd be like me saying, yeah, Pennsylvania is 700 miles north of Indianapolis. No, it's not. Maybe this is 700 miles, but it's 700 miles barely north, mostly east. And I rest my case. And scene. We've done it. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. Bayou is canceled. Everyone has to go unsubscribe from his channel and subscribe to mine instead. That's how it works. I don't make the rules. That's a standard driving technique in Florida. Yeah. Gaslighting us. Yeah. How you like car towing tray? Is it good? Right? It's so good, right? Yeah. I mean, I've had it for a long time. I definitely use it a lot. So it's definitely helpful. Do you think people from northern Maine call southern Maine south? Yeah, probably. Move your face first. I did. All right. L is very long horizontally, so it's like 5 hours from tip to tip. Northern Georgia isn't north? You're trolling. You're actually trolling. Is northern Louisiana north? You can go to northern Louisiana, and are you now no longer in the South? It's exactly northeast. You are driving 100 miles north and 600 miles east. It's more east than north, and only barely. Live just to scream. I know, right? You should. You're wrong. You are wrong. You are just wrong. I think I made him. I'm gonna have a heart attack arguing whether this is east or north. Okay, let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. If someone describes, if y'all were to describe, trying to get to the right thing. I live in Indianapolis, which is right here in Indiana. I think Cincinnati is like here in Ohio. It's really close to the border. Would you consider that north of me? No, you would say, I'm going to head east to Cincinnati. Actually, I think it's actually a little bit south. I think it's actually a little south. I actually think it's like right here. Because I think I used to drive this to then go to Tennessee. I would go here and then go to here. Because this is where I lived in Tennessee. You would say it is east of me. Because that's east. It might be a little north. But it's mostly east. So you wouldn't say, I'm driving 150 miles north to Cincinnati. I would say, I'm driving 150 miles east to Cincinnati. Now, there's a little bit of north that I will do, but it's mostly east. So I would say east. It is not 700 miles north. It is 100 miles north and 600 miles east. Is trying to take out the competition. Yes, he's taking me out. He's taking over. When I die from a heart attack arguing about the Wicked Witch of the East, he'll take over. You're literally trolling me. No, you're trolling. We're moving on. You're trolling. That's hilarious. You're wrong. I'm right. That's how it works. Sorry. I don't make the rules. I just follow them blindly. Anyway, how's everybody's... I joke. I kid. Obviously, all in good fun. How's everybody's sorting coming along? Is anybody else sorting with me? Because I am not doing enough of it. And we're going to learn what north is on a globe, brother. Yeah. You're gonna learn exaggeration. I'm gonna do a video on exaggeration. That's what I'm gonna make a video on. I'm driving up to Cincinnati, but not north, right? Maybe, but not north. Yeah. No. I wouldn't say I'm driving up to Cincinnati. I do think Cincinnati's south of me. But I wouldn't say I'm driving south. If I was having a casual conversation with somebody and I'm telling them, hey, I'm going to be driving, I would say I'm driving over to Cincinnati. If I told them, hey, I'm driving north to Cincinnati, they'd be like, brother, it's like straight east. And they would be right. Just like if you were driving from Louisiana to Georgia, because Louisiana, literally, if you're further north, can go in line with Georgia. Georgia is just as far south and only probably 100-ish miles above Louisiana. And I know that because I'm looking at a map. I didn't know that before looking at the map. But we're done. I gotta talk about something else. Because I think this is the last thing I have to actually finally... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh! We're on our last batch. No more alphabetizing after this. What time is it? Holy cow, it's been 2.5 hours. I need to end this stream. Absolutely, Bayou. Absolutely. Of course. We joke. We have fun. I'm just kidding. I hate that guy. Everybody go and subscribe for him. He's terrible. No, I'm kidding. Obviously joking. Just kidding. I am looking forward, dude, to seeing your Boogeyman outfit. When is that coming out? I thought you said it was coming out this week. Isn't it coming out this week? Do we get to see the Boogeyman reveal this week? He's trolling again. I thought he was done. Totally on Phantom's side. I'm uploading to website up to 12K. You're uploading 12K what? Like an inventory? Eco? Or like 12K cards? Either way, that's a lot. Oh, I hear my wife playing with Timmy. Timothy must be rambunctious, so she's got to play with him, and he's being obnoxious. Timmy likes, if you guys don't know, Timmy's my cat. Kevin's my dog. If you don't know, or Timmy very much likes this one toy that we have. We have to actually put it away or else he'll just eat it. So I hear it jingling around, so she's got it out. He's a kitten. He's big now, but he's still a kitten age. He's not one yet. And he loves to play with this toy. He's obsessed with it. Like it's funny because he's a orange cat, but and orange cats are known for like really being driven by food. He's not. Like he likes his food, don't get me wrong, but like he'd rather play. Like in the mornings when I go to give him food, he'd rather play instead of eat. He's like, who cares about eating? Let's play. He's obsessed with playing. How many cards have you listed on TCG Player? Inventory. Okay. That's good. Damn, that's crazy. What are you listing, Eco? How many cards do you have listed on TCG Player? Right now, like 700. I had 3,000 before we deleted it. But then now we're back up to like 700-ish is what we're at. We added 500 just today. Or 600, actually. We added 600 today. No, that means we're at like 900 then. Sorry, we're at like 900 then. We were at 300 and then we added like 600 today. Wait until you find out that I'm growing my TCG business with far much money to start with. 1 cent. Whoa, chill, Ryan. Yeah, but are you actually starting with 1 cent? I bet you're not. I bet you have a house. I bet you have somewhere to live. I bet you have somewhere to sleep. So you didn't start from scratch. If you didn't beg on the streets to get it, then did you really start from zero? You know what I mean? Did you really start from a cent? That's the expectations apparently on this channel. At moment listing EX and Diamond Pearl bulk. Nice, that's awesome. Diamond Pearl bulk is sick. I wish I had some Diamond and Pearl bulk. I don't have any cards that old. The oldest card I have is a Sun and Moon card, I think. Or maybe an X and Y card. Because I'm legit. That's the only way that it is legit. If you didn't start the second you were born, then you didn't start from scratch. You have 57,000 cards listed on TCG Player, Jordan? Holy cow, that's crazy. How many sales do you do a day? I bet you do a lot. Ratata. I didn't start from true scratch. You're right. You have a couch. Yep. You're screwed. 20 to 40. That's pretty good. That's awesome. Is it mostly bulk? At one point, I had like 50,000 listed, but it was all bulk. So I didn't sell terribly quick. I would get probably, I don't know, like, yeah, probably 10, 15 orders a day. These should be alphabetized, right? Are we finally done? Oh my God, we're done. There we go. We did it. We alphabetized everything we wanted to alphabetize. That means I need to end the stream. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours. It's been too long, ladies and gentlemen. It's been too long. I typically only like to go for about 2 hours, but hey, we're okay with doing a little bit of longer one. Okay with doing a little bit of longer one. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for arguing with me about geography. That was fun. Thanks for being here. I had a lot of fun going through Crypt. Thank you to Bailey and Raven for allowing us to have a conversation with them and to check out their game. If you guys want to buy Crypt, check out the link in the description. It is an awesome card game that I'm excited to really try out myself, outside of even just opening it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us. Let me catch up with chat real quick, and then we'll head out. Only made 4K. Really, Ryan? What are you trying to do to improve this year? 1,000 bulk from base set to Skyridge. None of them listed. That is awesome, Paul. I am jealous. Most bulk currently gold 250. Wow, that's a ton. Do you have a scanner to help with that, Jordan? Trying to ramp up to the point where I can work part-time to still get benefits instead of full-time. That's good. That's a good idea. I'm a fan. TCG metagaming. Thank you. Have us on. Yeah, of course, man. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it. Price floor at 25 cents. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Check out the beginning of the stream if you guys missed it. Definitely. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you guys. We're going to be live again later in the weekend, possibly. I'll let you guys know. If you're not on the Discord, check out the Discord, and that's where I tell you guys where we're at. So, thank you guys.